They're beginning to regain consciousness. Soon we shall see the results of my efforts.
Home at last. Slip and the boys will sure be glad to see me. Your little boy Satch is back, Louis. Double malt me.
Double malt you. I'll triple malt you. What, you got gas on your stomach? Satch, it's me, the chief.
said that you and I can share. I can tell them in yes, as you know. For the movies are not really on such a perfect honeymoon night. Let's throw some moonlight for two.
Stand back, villain! So long, folks!
You tried to kill Dr. Forbes at the inn last night. No. Don't keep lying to me. For years, I worked to change your appearance, make you talk. Get you in danger, all I've done for the sake of your stupid animal jealousy.
It was the same criminal who tried to kill you at the inn.
But why should anyone want to kill Larry?
Where's Noel? You surely don't suspect him.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Friday Night Scream Stream. I'm your host, Spakenstein, and I'm joined as always by my very good friend, Mr. Evan Sink.
Good evening. Hello.
And joining us, a little more regularly as of late, our very good friend, you may recognize him from the chat, Mr. Fresh Rogan. How are we doing tonight, Fresh?
We're doing well. It's Friday. Friday is always a great day.
Friday.
So just tomorrow, I will not have to work.
Woo! Shout out. I think
We made it.
we did. We made it. Everybody's working for the weekend, right? That's. I mean, it goes
Somebody
without
said that one
saying.
time.
I think some might have said it, a couple times, like one after the other, and then put maybe like a nice little beat behind it or something, and put out a nice little bop. Who knows? I don't know. If you know about older pop culture, which we're just referencing, you'll know this show is all about basically old pop culture, because we are watching public domain horror movies every Friday night. We are bringing horror to your home. And you're also going to know that me saying the word horror is, I have a lot of time pronouncing
Fucking
it.
horror, dude.
Horror, dude. The horror is amazing, dude.
Fucking horror is...
It kind of freaked me out at first, but then I grew to love it. No.
Yeah, what did you say? What to your home?
I
don't know if that's legal here.
Yeah. Good point. It was off the stream. Shut it down. So
we'll handle this offline.
Yeah, we're gonna take this off the air.
We're gonna take this conversation offline.
Beep. So, as you know, we show public domain horror movies, and tonight's film is where we're going. Season 1, we explored the werewolf genre. Every season, I'm going to try to bring you guys a werewolf movie. Tonight's film is the season's werewolf entry, The Mad Monster, from 1942. It's a Poverty Row horror film from Producers Releasing Corp, PRC. It's a Wolfman movie. It's a werewolf movie. I don't really need to give too much of a log line or a synopsis or anything. So,
wouldn't you know, it's so thematic because it's a full moon tonight.
Is it really?
It's a full moon somewhere.
It's a full moon somewhere. Oh, well.
It's always a full moon
somewhere. I mean, I was looking out the window last night, and it was pretty... I'm like, okay, we're due for one, right? We're certainly due for one. I mean... It's been about...
It's been about 29 days. I don't know what it's waiting on.
Yeah, come on. I mean... That's not for us. That's more of a werewolf's problem. That's not really something we have to keep track of. But if you're a werewolf, you want to be on top of your full moon schedule. You want to have just your own calendar for that. And so we're celebrating werewolf films tonight. We're celebrating classic horror because this has two of the, I guess they were mainstays, but more on the lower level. It's not your Lugosi, it's not your Karloff level, and we've seen one of these guys before. So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into werewolf stuff. I love werewolves. It's one of my favorite monsters. Frankenstein's monster is obviously my favorite. Then werewolves were always the most scary to me. So I'm rocking my Wolfman tank top tonight, which I ordered off of Future Monsters, which we've talked about on the show. Plug. No, I wish. I've talked about it before on this stream. When Fresh asked me about one of my... I have some...
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you last time, because you had the Frankenstein head that was open on your shirt.
Yes.
The same place.
It is, and I actually bought another shirt from them today that also has a Frankenstein head on it. They do new releases on Friday. So, but he previews them on his Instagram page. So I was like, I saw...
You gotta catch the drop.
So I was on top of it. When I woke up, I remembered. I was like, I gotta go look for that and get this shirt, because they do run out fast. He doesn't make a lot. It's vintage designed clothing. This is pretty cool. Small batch. Yeah, he does. Well, he does a thing called Small Batch Saturdays.
Micro brew t-shirts.
Right. So if you see me adjusting my shirt and poking it out tonight, it's just so I haven't worn it before. It's just me preening and showing it off a little bit.
You want to do a little walk on the...
Yeah, if anybody needs to be doing a walk right now, it's Evan, because he is wearing the sickest pants right now. He walked into my garage and I looked at him and I said, you need to show your legs tonight. These pants are rocking. Go on, Evan. Stand up. Let's see. Yeah, come on. Let's see it.
Okay.
Let's see it.
It is this chair is.
They're pretty sick.
Tight studio.
It is a little tight studio. You don't want him to mess anything up. But
I saw the smudge.
Look at, but
yeah, you can't necessarily make out the vibrancy of the colors, but they're so trippy. I was like, we gotta have too bad this isn't you don't get to see our full bodies the whole time. I mean, if you did...
We need a leg cam. We need a fourth camera just for Evan's pants.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, come on. If we don't have crotch cams by the end of season 5, then I'm quitting. If we haven't earned that by season 5, then I don't know what we deserve at this point or at that point. But until
I have
then,
a question about tonight's movie.
yes. What's up?
So Lugosi's not in this, but is Wa Lugosi in this?
Yes, actually, I will say that yes, Wa Lugosi is in this because I would say that George Zucco, in his own ways, you could call him Wa Lugosi. He's like Lugosi light. He's the
and he goes wah.
Oh, he does. Oh, he most certainly does. He makes all those, all those little like grunting noises, and he kind of races around on a little go-kart from time to time, and there's throwing bananas out at people, and every once in a while I trip on a turtle shell, but I mean, that's the danger you're running watching tonight's movie is you might get like some. A lightning bolt, and it may stop us, and we're going to be flashing before we can, and again, another old pop culture reference. If you don't know what we're talking about, then
does this movie have a shortcut in it?
Yeah, so this movie does have a special shortcut. You can actually cut through at the start of the first act, and you can jump over the dividing wall. You can flip around, and you're 3/4 of the way through the track, and so you run through that.
There's a really good summoning salt video on this movie.
Right, exactly. And also just know that that's the only time that I'll ever be able to contribute to any game references on this show because it's one of the only games I enjoy playing. So.
Oh, you played it?
Mario Kart?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I fucking love Mario Kart on the N64.
Can I have it?
No, you can't have it.
Well, if you're not gonna play it, why can't I just have it? Whose is it?
Well, it's mine, but I'm not gonna play it. But you can't have it. No.
Why can't I have it, Garrett?
Sorry, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go dig through my unused games section and get something to suffice this man because he will not quit until he gets a game to take home in his hands. No,
that's my favorite part of GameStop, the unused games.
Right, they're just dying. They're shoving them in your hands. They're dying to get rid of them. Take these off our hands. Get this out of the store.
I didn't even play this. I want money for this. I didn't play it.
Well, I'm sure that's a regular thing they deal with almost every day. Oh, I didn't really play this game, so I just want to turn it back in, and just get my refund. Like, bro,
you can rent games from GameStop by just returning the game. They have like a no questions asked.
It's no questions asked. Well, look at that. So we're not plugging GameStop, but that's a good policy. I like
scam GameStop out of money by returning your games when you're done playing.
Yeah, that's kind of the downside. But if it's no questions asked, that's the policy. That's the rule they made.
Yeah.
So you're kind of.
That's what I'm here for. The life pro tips.
You're giving little life hacks, little.
Yeah.
This is what you really come to the stream for. Sometimes my horror movie facts, but for the most part, it's life hacks. That's
Did
what
you know that you can get games from GameStop for free if you just take them?
Oh, that's the greatest life hack of all, isn't it? That's no questions asked. That's a very good point. Oh, so true. Oh my God. All right, so we're gonna be enjoying the Mad Monster tonight. Again, werewolf movies, horror movie actors. It's gonna be a lot of fun. As always, Evan is bringing us a wonderful drink. Every week, something new. Tonight's drink, I'm pretty terrified. So, Evan, take it away.
So, Garrett, what were we drinking?
What was I drinking?
Well, tonight's drink is a doozy.
Oh,
so we're
God.
watching the Mad Monster, and tonight's mixed drink is the Monster Meister.
Ooh.
So this is... we haven't done one of these yet, and I stumbled upon this and just knew we had to try it. It is a mixture of, as I'm sure you can guess, Jägermeister and Monster Energy drink.
Yes, okay. Evan, I had your mic. That thing.
Do I need
the
to-
Caligari? No, I fixed it.
Okay.
Caligari curse gets in here, and
Got some
when we
goblins
plug,
in the machine.
replug in a mic, then the goblins get in, and that's the remnants of the Caligari curse. But he should be coming in loud and clear now.
All right. So if you'd like to make one of these at home, it is 1 part Jägermeister, and also we are adding 1 part of mango rum, and then 2 parts of Monster Energy. So this is gonna be fun. You know, we need a little energy sometimes to get through some of these.
I feel like the mango rum is what's going to be like
It's gonna be interesting.
Unfortunate kicker.
I saw
That's what sets it off.
most
I
of
think so.
most of the, or I saw a bunch of recipes that were just the Jägermeister and the Monster Energy, and I
Right.
thought, okay, that's interesting. But then I saw one that also had the mango rum, and I thought to myself, okay, you know, Jägermeister, Monster Energy, that's a conversation, but you throw a little mango rum in there, now we got a party.
Now there's a party. That's you do that little fruit flavor, because what the fuck is Monster? Like, that's not, you know,
That's not a real flavor.
that's not a real flavor. That's
What does
Monster
Monster taste
isn't
like?
a fruit. It's not made from
Tastes like
real
a
fruit.
monster.
It does. That's honestly, that should be, if anybody should be sponsoring this show, it should be Monster Energy. Could you
Get him in here.
imagine?
This is an extreme stream.
How
We're gonna jump a motorcycle over these movies.
hyped up I would be for every show if I was drinking Monster Energy drinks the whole time. I mean, I'm not an
I
energy.
have to change my photo out though. I'm holding their competitor.
Ah, that's a good
Because
point.
it's a gun.
Oh, touche. See, I'm not an energy drink person though. I don't normally drink them. That's why I was kind of worried about tonight's drink, and then also the Jaeger, and then Fresh is over here like, oh, I used to drink Jaeger and Monster all the time. It's great. You're gonna love it. So I guess I gotta take.
You
Fresh
will,
a little
dude. You
more.
will.
And I apologize to anybody that looked at the Instagram for our recipe, and I posted a color of a drink that had a green color in it.
Yeah, it's unfortunately
This is not
green.
green,
It looks
this is
kinda like
brown.
sweet tea.
It does kind of. That's
Monster's
Oh, I
like
should've-
clear, basically. So.
okay, not green.
So
Well,
I can't wait. Without any further ado,
cheers,
everyone.
Clink.
clink. Ooh. Ooh, that's dangerous.
That's good. That's really
dangerous.
good, actually.
Yeah, I don't know
I
about
don't taste
that.
any booze in that at
I
all.
was telling you guys.
Ah,
Monster
that's.
and Jaeger. All right.
So you're gonna
Great.
get a lot of booze and a lot of caffeine.
It will
Tonight's challenge is make it through the movie without dying.
Right, it'll be interesting to see where we're at by after the second
You'll
break.
be fine.
We need a
You're fine. You're fine. Adam's gonna be our guide.
We'll be
Our
fine
guide
with
through
your
this trip. Okay,
we need
great.
a pulse meter on this stream.
Right. If we had something hooked up and some red light just starts flashing, oh my god! By the end, we wouldn't even. It would just be like, you know, there's a fucking rave going on in here. Do.
As long as we don't flatline.
Right. Well, hopefully if we
Flashing, that's good.
we have plenty of this, we just, you know, it just keeps you right on the edge of flatlining.
That is
Just
ridiculous, though.
It
That's
really
that's
don't
really
die.
good.
Don't die. Essink said don't die. So there you go.
She's right.
Just don't die.
I don't know why it really it's just super sweet, and you can't really taste the
There's
alcohol.
probably
Jaeger has
a
a
lot
lot of sugar in it.
Okay,
and
I was
Monster
gonna-
has a lot of sugar.
I was
in
gonna
it.
say Monster's
Well,
probably definitely got a lot of
That's
sugar
what
in
it is. The sweetness.
It's a very
is-
sweet drink.
And then the mango rum
Tastes
on
like a
top of that.
sweetheart.
Yeah, it's got a nice.
It goes
it's not
down smooth.
overwhelming, but
Yeah,
there's
it's-
that little hint of mango.
Yeah. It's
So
something.
that's
Wow.
a winner.
I told Evan I was really scared about tonight's drink, and I'm still very scared, but it is definitely a winner.
It's a good fear.
Come on. Don't
It's a
be
healthy
fucking
fear.
Pussy, dude.
It's a healthy fear, okay? Hey, can I not
I'll just
read?
peer pressure you into drinking 10 of them.
Yeah, I was
That would
gonna
be a-
Yeah, it's like, can I not
That'd be a
relive?
fucking loser, dude.
Can I not relive my college days where it's literally like, you just drink, you know, like, what are you, a pussy? Like, No, I'm not. So, and then
Next week's cocktail is just going to be beer through a funnel.
right. Well, hey, once that's a season 5 thing as well, we'll be funneling beers and we'll be full blown alcoholics by that point.
Oof.
So no, I hope, I sincerely, I hope not. But only time will tell as we sit here drinking this wonderful Monster Meister. And Goose. Oh, I like that. That's, if that's not already the name of like a craft beer or something.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Sounds pretty good.
There you go.
We come. If this stream is nothing else, it's full of great ideas. If you've been following us, the movie idea here, new business idea there. I mean, we're firing.
Yeah.
on all
Well,
cylinders.
if the stream doesn't work out, we'll fall back on our brewery. We'll make some Adventure Time themed IPAs. Goose.
Oh, that's what that's. Is that what that's from?
Cheese Goose is that's a character.
Choose Goose, right. We were talking about Adventure Time recently, and if you know about Adventure Time, great fucking show.
What's Adventure Time?
Get Out.
Where's that?
No, I'm just kidding. Oh, you.
What is that? It's kind of like Seinfeld, right?
Right.
I was reading about it the other day.
Yeah, pretty much
You guys
just
mentioned it.
like Seinfeld. Right. Exactly. 100%.
That's what I thought.
No respect. Hashtag no respect. Right?
No, for what? I'm. Wow, that hurts my feelings.
Well, well, good. Well, fine.
I need someone to explain in detail for an hour what Adventure Time is to me.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
there's
Okay, well,
our
that's
other
for our
stream,
other
because-
stream on Tuesday nights. Join Evan and Fresh.
As I explain.
Fuck the movie. We're watching Adventure Time. I'm
9
pulling it up.
seasons of a TV show. So
Yeah,
fresh.
that's
It's
Yeah.
blunt. So his friend's like a dog, but not really a dog, dude. He could be.
And he's also not really his friend. He's like his adoptive brother, and he's
that show
not really
is.
a dog. And
If you don't know about that show, it's way more complex than you think it is.
Everything that
really.
you say
the
about
rabbit
the show
hole
has
goes
to have
really
like,
deep there.
two caveats.
Yes.
Right.
Asterisk.
That's very true. Great show. And the reason we were talking about it recently was because Evan reminded us of a little clip from that show.
Right.
The Y Wolves.
Yeah, the Y Wolves.
Which are werewolves that just turn into like philosophical
Scientists.
thinkers who are like wearing suits and so it's like, of course we didn't even bring it up on our Werewolf of Washington stream, so we had to hit Y Wolves at some point. So which
Washington sounds so much like Wolf of Wall Street.
it really I mean
They just ripped them off.
they're all
Wolf of Wall Street.
well, man, let me
Werewolf
tell
of
you.
Walt Disney.
In the pantheon of werewolf movies, if I had a nickel for every title that is werewolf of ... I'd have
The Pantheon.
50
Big
nickels.
words on me. I didn't go to college. All right?
You know what? I'm going to be using all the big words in a Molly stream. We've discussed this. I'm going to be throwing big words at you. I'm going to be.
I have some news for you guys.
Oh, I would watch that too. I see.
Speaking of etymology,
Yeah.
did you know Gish Gallop is a real thing? Like it's a rhetorical thing.
Definition.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Could you use it?
Definition of Gish Gallop. Country of origin, please.
Yeah.
Like when you're arguing a point and you start bringing up a bunch of arguments in a row, so that your opponent can't like argue any one point because you're just bringing up like completely unrelated points over and over. Gish Gallop.
Okay.
That's annoying as hell. Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
there's your term.
It's kind of like a filibuster,
night.
but like in a debate, usually you're timed on your response, so it's more like they're giving you more questions than you can answer in the amount of time that you have.
And just, dude, I've had friends that have done that. Like, I had a good friend in college, dude, that was his move. And you just get, because you get mad. If somebody starts doing something like that to you, it's just like, and you get flustered, and then you've lost it at that point. You've lost the argument. And
They got you.
They got you. And so that's, love that friend,
Any
but that's
argument with
always
this one simple trick.
Yeah, that's
Who
yeah.
was it? I'm just kidding.
Talking about clickbaity titles for videos out of our shorter videos out of the longer stream. That's a good one. On top of all of our other life hacks and everything else. Yeah. In one simple trick, one simple trick to winning an argument.
Any argument.
Yeah. I love it.
Just be
Easily.
a dick.
Just be an asshole. Sometimes you're some fucking asshole. And then you've lost, and then that asshole won, and that's that's why they're an asshole.
I hate it when the assholes win.
Don't we all? Don't we all? Maybe no. I was gonna say maybe things will change, but no, not anytime soon. Not if we're lucky.
Yeah, they do usually win. Sleepy.
They really always do. They really do. Okay, so we are going to get on to tonight's film, The Mad Monster, again from 1942, Poverty Row, studio PRC. Lugosi had made a film for him before, but he didn't really act for this studio too much. His other studio that we see a lot of his movies from is Monogram, which is another Poverty Row studio. So last season we watched a vampire movie, Dead Men Walk. You guys were both on for that. Do you guys remember that? It was like the twin brothers, and one of them's a vampire, and
Yeah.
remember that?
Trying to remember what else happens in that movie.
It was pretty boring. It was really tonight's film. From what I haven't seen this one. This is like I'd seen Dead Men Walk. I have not seen this one, but from what I've read, there's stuff that sounds a lot better in this than we got with Dead Men Walk. Because Dead Men Walk came after this. It was a little stodgy. I mean, this is going to certainly be stodgy in places, but I think again we're getting a good monster tonight. The werewolf. I mean, the vampire is like fine. And that movie, Dead Men Walk, the vampire was played by George Zucco, who in tonight's film plays the mad scientist. He's one of the big guys we'll be talking about. The other guy is Glenn Strange, who is going to be playing the werewolf. Yes, his name is Glenn Strange. I assure you they are not. I don't think...
George Zucco sounds like a sleazebag from Boston.
George Zucco is
my fucking buddy, George fucking Zucco, dude.
George, it doesn't sound like
secondary character.
Does not sound like an aristocratic British guy at all, but that's essentially what. But he always played the villain normally. He's very good at villains. And then Glenn Strange played monsters, and we'll talk. We'll get into all of that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And again, werewolves are such a great monster. I mean, they're
a vampire is fine, but a werewolf.
I already told the guys before we got on the stream. I said I'm gonna try to do some wolf howls, and I guarantee you my voice is gonna crack. As soon as I try to get out the gate for one, I can't even get it out.
Wow.
Ow!
Wow,
There we go. That's better. There we go. There. Ow! There we go. Ow! 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 All right, I did it. I'll keep it going all tonight, but.
Good. That's what we want.
No, we do not condone drug use on the stream. Thank you for reiterating that, Fresh. No, S-Sync, how dare you? How dare you? I forgot. I have to. I gotta give you guys. Gotta give you guys the mod things. You Sweet Feet. Because
dude, make us mods.
God knows I can't pay attention.
Mod me, dude.
Mod me, dude. So yeah, werewolf movies. So gonna be a lot of fun. I'm very excited. Before we get into it, Evan, what are we thinking on like a body count here? How are we feeling?
I'm just hoping that we see that bush again.
Well, I think certainly we will see the bush. We'll see a lot of bushes because I think this is also supposed to be a rural location. So a lot of foliage, for sure, to be sure. Well, yeah, well, you gotta look out. They will mob you. They will gang up on you. You know, if anything. Now that we've had Fresh joining us, I'm just here to be mobbed up on. That's all I'm here for. Just, you know, everybody gang up on me when I, you know, what was it? There was something. What's up?
Can I start freestyling during the movie?
Absolutely, of course.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
You can freestyle, you know, get your beats going, kind of lay it down, see how you're feeling, you know, work out, you know, get it loose, you know, stretch it out a little bit, and then start dropping them bars, nice. Dude.
I'm ready. I'm a bar god.
Well, hell yeah. So, if neither of you boys has anything before we get into it,
let's get it rolling.
All right, Fresh, you got it queued up?
I got it.
All right, then. Without further ado, the Mad Monster. Okay, we're good. We're good now. We got it.
Supposed to start?
Oh no, did you not? Oh my god, you're always your god. Fresh is always gonna get me. And Nagel.
Zucco will snuff him out in the back alley.
So Zucco, Zucco didn't even get top billing here. Just kind of the fucking hero did. And if we learned anything from the last, you know, PRC movie we watched, that young couple is useless.
Yeah, they didn't do
no chemistry, not interesting. And Sam Newfield also directed that other movie, Dead Men Walk. Oh!
You guys were wondering?
I was wondering.
Yeah, I'll be sure to let you guys know what's on screen.
Perfect, thank you.
The guy.
He's wringing his hands for some weird reason. I don't know if that's just a tick. Got some dude tied up in the back of his lab and a caged wolf.
Yes, I know you'd like to join your brothers outside and howl at the moon. But you're serving a much better purpose. Yes, you're serving science through me.
Science? Is that blood?
You can't tell. It's clearly red.
It's clearly red. Oh no, am I colorblind?
Wait.
You're telling me this movie? You're telling me this movie's not in black and white? I could have sworn this movie was black and white.
Color blindness works. Yeah, you just see everything in black and white.
That's how it works, right?
Is that Walugosi?
Yeah, no.
No.
This movie in black. Everything else is color.
That's Glenn Strange. While Lugosi is right here, George Zucco.
Lugosi.
That's definitely. I'm 100% about calling George Zucco while Lugosi for sure.
You're not afraid?
I ain't got no reason to be afraid.
He's the Walmart brand Lugosi.
And this is the Walmart brand Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
He looks a little goosed out. What's going on with his chest?
Well, I think they did just stuff some like shirt. It looks very lumpy. Like it looks like they just stuffed some shirts in his But he
That's
was
his
a,
muscles.
but he was like 6'4", 200 and something pounds. Like he was a huge dude.
Was he, or was he just goosed out? Did he just have the suit on?
Well,
was
it's
yoked.
probably a bit of
Got the
both.
goose suit.
Probably a bit of both.
He was goosed.
I think he decided to keep on his padding from the Frankenstein, the time he played Frankenstein monster. And just, you know.
Filmed this right after. He didn't have time to take the padding out.
See, and now that's I messed up. It's an inaccuracism. It was actually shot after this movie.
Might as well stop the stream now.
I
Garrett.
fucked
You're
up.
just
It's over. It's all over. I fucked up. We're done. We're done.
They stuffed so much shit in there, dude. It just
It
looks
really-
like he's missing ribs.
It's yeah. You got a growth or something? Hey, Wolfman doesn't give you a transformation scene in the first 3 minutes. I'll tell you that. That counts for something.
Yeah, they've already got
See
the
what I
eyes.
mean? Like
Doing the
like
eyes.
Lugosi,
He turned into Trump.
Trump with big little sideburns. If his hair kept growing around. I mean, and this is essentially a remake of a kind of quasi-remake, similar plot lines to a movie Lugosi made for the studio, which is called The Devil Bat, which I think we will be watching this season. I'm not going to tell you when.
It's a secret.
Gentlemen, I wish you were here to see the proof of my claim. The transfusion of blood between different species is possible. A few moments ago, Pedro was a man. A harmless, good-natured man. Look at him now.
Did you know if you put the blood of a wolf into a man, it'll turn into Morbius?
It's Morbid time.
It's Morbid time.
He's no longer human.
Ah.
He's a wolf. Snarling, ferocious, lusting for the kill. You're looking at a scientific miracle, gentlemen.
Scientific miracle.
Scientific miracle, gentlemen.
You're a madman, Cameron. Your claim is ridiculous.
Madman.
Exactly what you said in the newspapers, isn't it, Professor Blaine? That I was a madman, not fit to occupy a science chair at the university. Perhaps you'll change your mind one day, soon.
And that's the difference between, like, an actor like George Zucco here and then, like, Lugosi. You know? Lugosi has the language barrier. Like, Zucco's just over here doing monologues all the time. Lugosi didn't do a lot of monologues.
Now he'd like to be at his work. My catalytic agent has brought about a complete.
But it's still kind of like a more boring monologue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not. I'm not saying it's for the better. It's certain. It's definitely boring. You know, Lugosi didn't have to give you a monologue.
He would just look at you
and smile and bug his eyes out. Yeah, just fly in your windows, fly out your windows, take your seat. Evan knows a little bit about that firsthand.
That refuses to recognize progress.
What has progress to do with your foolish tampering with nature?
I'm glad you asked that question, Professor Hatfield.
Does he sound like Ronald
one of
Reagan?
those stupid fools who raise their voices against me?
Well, you know, maybe they went to the same elocution school.
Our armed forces
They
are
both
not
got
the
speech
complex of
lessons
the
together.
horde who fight with fanatical fury.
They went to the same
The white-haired
school
ghost
of
sounds
language.
just like
It will avail them nothing when I place my new serum at the disposal of the War Department. Just picture, gentlemen, an army of brave men, fearless, raging. Every man.
He's having this hypothetical conversation, and these guys are like skeptical.
And
Love you.
meanwhile, the wolf guy's just kind of looking on.
Yeah, they're nope, we're dug in.
Such an army will be invincible, gentlemen. Such an army will sweep everything before it.
Your scheme is too utterly fantastic, Dr. Cameron.
You're fools, all of you. Poor, blind fools, especially you, Dr. Warwick.
Assuming that what you say is true,
How would you control these wolf men? I perfected an antidote. that induces the return of immediate normalcy.
And I suppose
Werewolf
that
antidote?
would be an easy
What?
matter to round up 1,000,000 wild animals.
You
and
give him the
administer
blood of
werewolf
a
be
human.
gone.
No,
Werewolf
no,
be
you're
gone.
mad.
Oh, bro.
Stark, raving mad. And I, for one, am in favor of...
Silence!
You're stark raving mad.
In your imbecilic mouthings. You all of you demonstrated your lack of vision by
You all
demanding
of
my
you.
resignation from the faculty.
You know who I am. I know you know that I am the
You robbed
one
me of
who
everything
knows.
I held most dear in life.
Who do you think you or I am?
Honor,
You are.
respect.
Imbecilic Mouthings
You
is a good
branded
band
me as a
name.
madman. Held me up to ridicule before the whole world. But now it's time for my revenge.
You brand me as a madman, no John Hamm.
Now you shall pay for your folly. There's
What if
no
he said that no
escape
John
for any
Hamm,
of you.
though, and then he put a chain on?
Die one by one.
And then, like, the
At hands of
glasses drop
scientific
down
marvel
on
that you
his
scoff.
eyes.
You can't intimidate
Yes,
us. with
exactly.
fantastic
Yep,
threats.
yep.
You're a faker, Cameron, a mad faker. We'll have you ostracized by every scientist in the country.
There are institutions for madmen, and we'll see that...
These
your
are terrible
mind-
delusions. I would hate to have my... Well, I'm sure no delusions are good delusions, right?
I don't know that anyone's
Arguing
ever.
with him. They're like, don't.
I know. That would suck.
Has anyone ever said, "Yeah, I had a really good conversation with my delusion the other
Yeah.
day"?
Really encouraging. I feel really good about the future.
Oh
Ah.
right, he's.
All right, I got a werewolf in my lap.
What was
The
that
antidote.
doing here?
I left him on the
right,
futon.
the werewolf.
Now don't chew on the futon, and no peeing on the futon. I'll take you out. Oh, oh, oh! The antidote.
First transformation.
Oh, it's like crack, like the antidote. It's like immediate and temporary.
Bang, bang.
Dang. I had the weirdest dream. I was a wolf.
You were there, and you were there.
And you were there.
Oh, about an hour, I should say. How do you feel?
I got a terrible headache, and I had some kind of an awful dream. I was running all over the countryside, chasing people and trying to kill them.
What?
Does a dream like that mean something?
Oh, that doesn't mean anything. You just had a nightmare, that's all.
But why should I be trying to kill people, even in my dreams?
I don't want to kill people, George.
Let's not talk about it anymore. Go to bed. Our work's done for tonight.
All right.
What a dumbass. Maybe
No.
that's why I picked him, I guess.
Yeah. It's not usually the smartest person that's going to volunteer for the to go down to the mad scientist basement.
He's like,
lab.
don't worry, this is a regular science.
Just a
Go
checkup.
behind the bookcase. Go behind the bookcase, and it's right down there.
Down the hall and behind the bookcase.
This is
to
where I
the
do
wall.
all my sleep studies. What do you mean?
Well, Night Owl, I was just coming down to find out how much longer you're going to work. Do you realize how late it is?
No, I didn't. I was absorbed in my work.
Oh, we did a lot of work tonight, and I slept almost an hour, and I had the awfulest dream.
I did a lot of work and I slept for an hour too. I wish I was that productive most days. Did plenty of work and I helped.
Oh, he just helps me in the laboratory, moving the heavy things around. He's a very strong man, is Petro.
How much longer are we going to be here, Dad?
Petro.
Why?
Because the place gets on my nerves. I hate it.
Your hating it has nothing to do with being separated from that young reporter friend of yours, has it?
Uh-oh.
And I want to know when we're going back to the city.
Very soon now, dear. My work's...
Another meddling reporter.
What was that?
Very soon, yeah?
What?
Well, that noise. It sounded like a wild animal howling. And I heard the same thing last night.
Oh, that's probably some dog in the neighborhood.
Oh, it's
Dogs do howl, you know. You mustn't let things like that upset you. Now, come along here. Even a scientist needs some sleep. I shall sleep very soundly
It's like, now let's move in the opposite direction of the noise, please. Thanks.
Away, away, away. There's a reason your bedroom is a completely opposite side of the house from my scientist lab.
That's behind a bookcase.
Good morning, Pedro.
Good morning.
Which you would never find
Nora.
there. You don't.
I was hoping you'd come to the garden this morning. I got something for you.
Oh, they're lovely. Thank you.
So, and this actress, her name's Anne Nagel, and she's also in a couple Universal horror movies
What's the matter,
before
Mrs.
this,
Nora?
actually.
Pedro, I don't like this place.
No. I guess you feel about this place the same as I do. I'm afeard of it. Especially at night when the mist comes up out.
I'm gonna start saying that.
Of course, it's all
I'm
right
afeard
when
of
the
it.
sun's
Be
shining
afeard.
like this
Be
this
very
morning.
afeard.
Are there any wild animals
I'm
around
extremely
here?
afraid of this.
Oh, yes, there's lots of them. How come you ask?
Oh, I was just curious. Say, Pedro, what do you do when you work with Dad in the laboratory?
Mm.
Well, I don't rightly know. Besides, I ain't supposed to tell nothing. Your pop made me promise.
Oh, well, you can trust me. I wouldn't tell anybody.
Well, we...
Uh-oh.
Don't mind
Say a
saying
word.
nothing.
Keep your fucking mouth shut.
You didn't really take a lot of convincing.
Well,
You can
yeah,
trust
sure.
me.
Look
Okay.
at the flowers that Pedro gathered for me.
Well,
Very pretty.
You know.
Very simple.
I'm afraid you'll have to give
He's
up your
simple.
garden.
Yeah, he's a
because
simple-
he's a
simple.
trusting guy.
I want you in the laboratory.
But, Doc, if I don't keep at this stuff, how am I ever going to make it look pretty? And I like pretty things.
We shall leave this place long before you're able to beautify it.
Mm.
Gardening really isn't very important. Come along with me.
Dr. Dick. Paging Dr. Dick.
Paging
Now,
Dr.
Pedro, I
Coles.
see you're waiting for me.
You scared me, Doc.
Scared you, boy. You mustn't be so jumpy. You're as nervous as that wolf.
He sure is nervous, all right. I've been sitting here for a long time watching him, and he ain't been still a minute.
All right, lie down, Pedro.
Are you gonna strap me
Yeah,
down
whatever.
again
Lay
tonight,
down.
Doc?
Certainly, it's more necessary tonight than ever before.
Gee, it must be great to be educated. I wish I had a lot of book learning so I could understand what
I don't
this
think
is
any
all about.
uneducated person feels that
Fortunately,
way.
you don't more intelligence for your part of the experiment.
I think they're all perfectly happy being uneducated.
Animal strength.
More power to them.
Now lie down, we'll get to work.
Sometimes you don't need an education. Sometimes you just need a good skill or trade. That's a fact.
You just need a big glass of chocolate milk, you know?
I got all my learning on the street.
Street
Which is
smart.
I
School
don't
of
need, I
Hard
don't need none of these
Knocks.
maths, teacher. You ain't gonna teach me nothing. I just need to know how to count these Benjis.
So you see, this is kind of a pretty rudimentary makeup job as far as werewolves go. Kind of like a,
Perm?
yeah, just a giant like headpiece, like a helmet head hairpiece.
A little bit of hair on the
Kind
back of the
of
hands.
like the Gollum Dora the Explorer helmet.
Down benches. Yes.
That's what you said, right? Benchies?
Yep.
That's what he
Yep,
said.
That is. Yeah.
A bunch of cute little benches.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
what everybody
benchies.
on the street is counting. They're
That's like
cute
a
little
mini
benches.
bench.
Yeah.
Right. Benchies.
Do you ever see like a one-person bench?
No. Yes, I believe it's called a stool.
I believe that's a chair.
What is he about to go have another invisible conversation?
Haha, I told you I would set him free.
Now, this is a pretty cool set, honestly,
Cool.
for
It's like
Poverty
he
Row.
walked out into the like Jurassic
Fucking
period.
jungle, yeah. I love.
the chair.
Yeah.
Yes. So what kind of experiment is it when you're not observing the results? You're just letting
it go wild.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure I'll read about it in the paper tomorrow. That's
Yeah, it'd be
good
fine.
enough.
I'll get all my information.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have to do any work. I can just sit and get the results
The
to
animals
me.
are terrible nervous tonight for some reason or other. The old plow mule liked to kick my head off. I come up behind her sort of quiet-like, and she lashed out with both
Can't
feet.
see him. You just can't.
Devil mist in the swampland. I could smell evil in it. Oh, would you stop talking like that? I'm so nervous now I could scream.
I could smell evil.
See, Mommy, I'm already. Oh, that's fine. Now you hop in bed.
Love it when I smell evil.
Just for a little while. Well, just for a little while. But mind, if you ain't in bed by the time I do my dishes, I'm going to tan you good.
Right.
Don't worry, I'll be in bed.
Can I play with my
that's
ball?
fine. Good night.
I'm sorry, it's not funny. This is Depression era. It's
Yeah.
not funny.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's-
good that they have a toy at all.
Right, it's the little things.
They're rich.
Sweet Feet, I agree. You might as well experiment, accident, especially in these movies. There's very little middle ground between those two words. Might as well be the same thing.
One nation, invisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I thought it was Justin's.
Wait, it isn't?
Yeah, I thought it was because like
I thought so
guy's
too.
named Justin.
All right,
Yeah.
and Justin's for all. I mean, I didn't
That's
know
what
what
I
it. I
thought
don't
it
know what
would
it
be.
means, but. Oh shit! Yeah, blast! And I started blasting.
Just let him have it.
That's good. Hey,
Right.
hey, that's good, man. Oh my god, this is what I'm saying. Werewolves freak me the fuck out. Like if it was real, obviously.
I mean, I was gonna say you don't have anything to be afraid of.
I
It's just a
know.
movie.
It's an irrational fear I have, just like a shark in a swimming pool.
I mean, would you even be afraid of a werewolf in overalls?
No, not a werewolf in overalls.
What's
I
that?
never seen anything
A werewolf
soft
in
my life.
overalls.
What are you talking about?
There's no point in being afraid of that. I mean, I would, you know,
What was it? I don't know whether it was
especially if he's wearing a flowery patterned shirt. Oh,
Oh, he's a smart
oh
one
shit!
now.
Not a drop
Oh.
to help me. I let him have both barrels of my shotgun, but that ain't even slowed him down.
Granny's like, I told you.
Kill him nowhere. Except with a silver bullet.
Oh, Granny's got the.
I'm telling you.
Woman smoking a pipe is weird.
Bride of Frankenstein has a similar thing
I think it's,
with a mother and a father and an old grandmother smoking a pipe.
isn't it kind of like you know, maybe a little more of like a hillbilly thing? Like, didn't what is it, the Beverly Hillbillies? Didn't the
Witch
granny
of the West.
smoke a
Yeah.
pipe?
She really leaned into the gravelly voice.
And I don't know, boys, we might have kind of missed it, but do we realize that he just killed that little kid?
Oh,
Yeah, but it's a kid.
What? Did miss that.
Child
She wasn't even
murder.
paying taxes.
Child murder is
First
not,
body of
you
the
know,
night.
not super utilized very much in classic horror because it's very touchy.
Yeah.
Again, the original Frankenstein has one of the most, you know, notable examples when the monster throws the little girl into the lake. And so, I mean, I guess they were trying to... But a werewolf killing a kid must be fucking gruesome sight for that poor mother to walk in on. Oh, I kind of forgot what I was doing.
Pedro! Lie down on that couch. Let go!
You think you're gonna be able to control fucking...
With the whip.
Is that all you need?
He needs the
Down, boy, down!
He needs the chair
Yeah, he gets
too.
the spray bottle out and sprays him.
Right. Bad dog.
Get in the crate.
Kennel, you go to your kennel. You're in trouble.
And he said,
Come.
It's a weird place to put dissolve.
kinda, because no time has passed.
Right.
It's
I
the
mean,
same.
Yeah, it's like 30 seconds later.
pretty much.
But gee whiz, Doc, how long
Yes, you have. You'd better go to bed.
I'm sorry if I made a nuisance of myself. I wish I wouldn't walk in my sleep like that, because I have such bad dreams.
Don't be upset about your dreams, Pedro. You've been of great assistance to me tonight. Very great assistance. In fact, I'm going to reward you by taking you to the city with me.
Great.
Oh, boy.
Big reward.
And ride in the car?
Yes. While we're in the city,
What?
we'll make calls together. First, we will call upon a pompous gentleman called Blaine. Professor Blaine.
Nice. And that is going to take us to our first break. So, into the first 20-ish minutes of the Mad Monster, we got a fair amount of werewolf action going on. Some kind of unsettling scenes. Fucking child murder. Who could have called it? Again,
I knew it was going to happen.
you knew-
I told you this at the beginning.
And I told Fresh, I said no spoilers, and of course he was very intent on, figuring out every spoiler before the movie. And, well, yes, maybe they share intel and like, okay, are you going to kill a little girl today? No, Also, I couldn't tell if that was a little girl or a little boy. I hope that's not controversial, but even, I mean.
I think it was a girl.
See, but, I short little curly haircut, I thought, honestly couldn't tell. Not that it matters, but
Happy
he killed
Pride
that.
Month, everyone.
He killed that. Yeah, happy Pride Month, everybody. But he killed that poor child. And, I mean, it was all, we didn't see it. We just saw him going up in the window, and then it cuts to the parents, and then we see the mom go into the bedroom, and then she screams. So, it's not like we get the actual image, whereas in Frankenstein, you see him chuck the girl into the lake. You don't see the girl go down, but like you see the monster's back as he's like looking at her, and you see all the splashing like in front of him, but you can't see her because he's standing in the way. So it's again, it's still working off the power of suggestion, but it's effective because it's horrible. It's really horrible, like the definition of the word. Killing children is not, it's a risky thing for a horror movie to do. So kudos to the Mad Monster, because I don't even know if we've gotten any child murder on this show yet. So would not have expected it. Would not have expected it from a 1942 Poverty Row film, but here we are. I don't know. Have we?
I don't know. Have we?
I don't think.
Maybe.
We
I don't
have.
think we have. Maybe we haven't.
I don't think we have. I'd have to go back through our archives and check, which you can find at YouTube. All of our full episodes.
Go watch all the videos.
Go. Find somebody get the answer for us. No, so
well, that is true. In Dementia 13, there was.
Good point. Yeah, thank you.
Call.
Thank you, Sierra, because you're right. In Dementia 13, little sister drowned.
Yeah.
That's a good point. And it was the brother's fault. So it's basically a kind of murder. Manslaughter, I think. It's technical. The legal term. And
Man's laughter.
Yeah, see, I'm glad you remember that, S-Sync, because I would not have remembered that at all. Yes, that is man's laughter. That's the funnest crime of all. Right. That's why they call it man's laughter. So that was the exciting beginning of the Mad Monster. We got to see a lot of our mad scientists played by George Zucco and a lot of our werewolf, which again, like some of these other PRC movies, they kind of lead with the horror right out of the gate. The Monogram movies are a little, I think, less effective, honestly, with Lugosi. But this, we've gotten some werewolf action, and the werewolf, again, played by Glenn Strange. Both of those names are very strange in and of themselves. for horror actors. But these guys were, yes. But these guys were horror movie actors. The reputation for both of them kind of grew more after this movie. More so for Glenn Strange, because he would go on to play Frankenstein's monster in 3 Universal horror movies: House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, and Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein, which it does count. But I mean, it's a funny movie. It makes me laugh, but it's doesn't do a lot for the legacy of the monsters. So. It's just, yes, even the title.
They just start trying to do Who's on First with Frankenstein.
I mean, that's essentially what the movie is, and not to the benefit of the monsters, I can tell you that. But before Glenn Strange kind of, I wouldn't say any of that, because Lugosi was in that too, playing Dracula. Only the second time he ever played Dracula. And I'm not going to say those guys debased themselves, because, hey, it was work. They were getting to work, and that's what they love to do. So, but Glenn Strange played Frankenstein's monster a lot, and was kind of, in the 60s monster craze, he was kind of the face of it. And so, for our trailers for this break, we're going to get a George Zucco trailer, and we're going to get a Glenn Strange trailer. The Zucco trailer is for a movie called The Mad Ghoul, which is a Universal movie, and Zucco plays a mad scientist, of course. He's usually playing a mad
Gotta have one.
Mad Ghoul. We're gonna have to come up with some kind of rap for that. But right
now.
Well, hey, if you can come up with, I'll leave your mic on during the break if you just want to just keep spitting.
Yeah, leave my mic on during the.
Okay, sure.
Trailers.
Yeah, I can do that. Entertain the troops while they're waiting. So, and then the second trailer is going to be House of Frankenstein. You'll get to see Glenn Strange in that. That's all.
Starring Kevin Spacey.
Well, yes. No, not Kevin Spacey.
I want to make a 1930s Chicago film called Frankenstein's Mobster.
Oh, okay. TM, Evan called it. Let's do it.
And
you
he's
can't.
He's the Don.
Yeah.
What, Evan? That is genius. Okay, we're doing it. Evan's called it Frankenstein's Mobster. Say it again.
Frankenstein's Mobster.
Yeah, I love it. We got to do it.
I like it.
We're doing it. I'm surprised it hasn't been done before. That's amazing.
Honestly.
We're writing it. It's being written right now as we speak.
Frankenstein's Mobster.
I love it. Yeah, there's something there. I
like
genuinely believe there's something there. I love that.
The cops can't hold me liable when it wasn't me running the ring, you see?
I mean, there's so many different routes you could go with that. I mean, I'm thinking of all the story possibilities.
When was the Chicago fire? Could you wrap that into it somehow?
Well, I mean, hey, Frankenstein is good for any era.
We had to burn the city down to get rid of the monster.
Right. You get a little historical revisionism.
Did you guys know they're digging up a spot where they think Jimmy Hoffa's buried in New Jersey?
Yes, like an old garbage dump or something.
I think you told us that.
Yeah, he's like buried in a barrel.
Mob owns garbage dump. Well, no one knows where he's at.
Nobody knows for sure. Nobody's ever known for sure, even though many people have said
he's under all that garbage, just waiting.
Just waiting. He's dig me out of the garbage.
They'll dig him up and he'll go, "You found me."
Yeah, surprise! I was waiting here the whole time. It took you guys a long time. I've been waiting.
Hide and seek champion, Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh man, I wanna repeat it, but it's actually, I feel like it's maybe kind of bad, but it is pretty funny. Yeah, hide and seek champion, Jimmy Hoffa. That's great. All right. Well, I think without further ado, we are going to get to our trailers. And then when we come back, we will get into the exciting middle of The Mad Monster.
alive. Let me go. Let me go.
Do you mind if I say I think you're a swell person?
Hmm? You're very beautiful.
Oh.
So beautiful, I'm going to make you
reanimating a dead corpse like I'm in a bed fort with my pillow fort because I'm
if you were to kill me,
because
you're
I'm in
leaving a larger monster that only I can control.
Because I'm in this hang on, we gotta relax. Because I'm in the you gotta do a multi-pillow Alright, look, I'm in a pillow fort shopping for my house on a Zillow fort cause I'm about to make a billow. That's $1 billion. I'm out here trying to make a killing. I ain't trying to make a living. With the way I'm dripping, they can't stop me. I was probably they can't stop me. I was probably chilling out in Raleigh. Cause I'm chilling out. That's everything cool. Yeah, I'm in the Tech Triangle running. I'm running. I'm running dope in the Tech Triangle in Raleigh. Cause I'm.
I'm going to give that brain of yours a new home in the skull of the Frankenstein monster.
The jugular vein is severed, not cut, but torn apart as though by powerful.
Cause I got him saying golly, gosh darn, with the way I'm gonna pop yarn with the juice.
I wanted to kill.
They can't even call me, cause they ain't got my number and I don't give it to nobody. Cause I hate spam texts. And I'm rolling through the city in my spandex. Because I am next. And ain't nobody that can get in my way with the way I'm telling yay, sniffing all day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm in my Rolodex. Got these bitches in my Pokédex.
And we are back.
And I gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all. Pokemon.
Gotta catch them all. Pokemon. Cause the way the dope be on. Cause I go beyond anything that they think that I won't be on, but I am though. And I'm trapping out the bando with my stands though.
Fresh Rogan, ladies and gentlemen.
In a stainless steel banjo.
Oh man. So what would you did you just freestyle over those trailers?
He was killing it.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I hit him with the stainless and I promise won't be painless cause I'm the sickest and insanest one that comes back with when I'm famous.
Oh my god.
Anus.
Oh, he said it. Anus. Anus. That's not the other game that Fresh is, or that Sylarn has been trying to get Fresh to play.
Lyrically efficient like a horror show Chaucer.
Oh.
You know, I would agree with that. I will take that. I had no respect, and now I think I've gained it back.
Hey, he got respect.
I got respect, cause I'm not. No, everyone will just close the fucking stream.
We'll lose the little audience we have.
What can you do? I mean, that's just a fact of live streaming.
A fact of live streaming.
Wow.
Word.
Them's the facts of live streaming.
Boom, dropping them facts on you, fresh, live.
Right. Facts.
So I forgot to introduce one of those trailers before the break for The Mummy's Hand, which has Zucco in it. If you spotted him, I don't know if his names were in the credits or not.
George Stucco.
I never thought about that before. I
Yeah,
love
actually
that. Yeah,
have him,
that's good.
He's actually sitting right above me right now.
Oh, are you waving to George Stucco now?
Yeah.
Oh, well, tell him hi from me and Evan, too.
Hello,
Please.
Stucco. This person on the stream says hi.
Great.
Said hey back.
Awesome. Well,
Very spiky.
You have it here first. So The Mummy's Hand was before this, actually, and again, that had Zucco playing. He's playing like a high priest, like a crazy high priest. Who's
Dude, that's lit.
Yeah, he is lit the whole time. He's just fucking baked out of his gourd.
You get into the confessional booth, and then like a big
No,
cloud of smoke
actually,
just comes through the screen.
Actually, he is the one who
Cheech and
is.
Chong go to church.
He is the one who is like baking these. No. Okay. Whoa, my mind is fucking blown that you said this, because there's a whole bit. The whole bit gets established in that movie that Zucco's character becomes the high priest. He's got to give these leaves to the monster that have to be like, they have to be boiled, but it creates this vapor, and the monster, the mummy, inhales the vapor or drinks the fluid. No, he drinks the fluid.
And he becomes the high priest.
But there's this, there's a connection for sure. I think there's a connection.
Yeah, then he becomes
There's
higher than the
something there I
priest.
never noticed before. So yeah, high priest. That's really cool. A lot of fun.
Baked ass priest.
These are the fun connections that get made here on the show. Just some of the fun connections. So, and then was the Mad Ghoul the other trailer? And the Mad Ghoul and then the House of Frankenstein?
I'm not actually.
Oh no, man! I was like in the zone.
Yeah, I don't expect.
I was paying more attention to Fresh, to be honest.
Yes, well, that's good. That's good. Hey, that's better. That's honestly what I want. Fuck the trailers. I mean, if Fresh is putting on a show for you guys, give it up for Fresh, because that's fucking awesome. That's for free. We're not behind a paywall. He's giving you a free show. So, shout out Fresh.
Right. First one's free. Now I got you hooked.
Right. Now if you want more, you're gonna have to pay.
Yeah.
That was more of a freestyle than a hook.
Aha.
Oh my god, no. No.
Oh my god. So we are getting into the exciting middle of the Mad Monster. Again, we've had a murder, we've had 2 werewolf transformations, fucking delusional conversations with rivals. So this movie's been kind of, it's been more busy than Dead Men Walk was.
Yeah, it is true.
Dead Men Walk was just a fucking Dracula ripoff that was very... again, I loved it. But it was a Dracula ripoff that was just really kind of boring.
The sets aren't bad either. Are they recycling these from another production?
Surely they are. I don't know which one in particular. I have the... Well, now I don't... Oh, it slid down. But of course, the same book I've been using as my source for all these films. And it didn't mention any... maybe it did mention... I don't think it meant... Of course, I opened it right up to the Mad Monster section. It talks about the set, but it doesn't say if it was borrowed from another movie, I don't think. But,
so is that common for them to borrow from like high production things, like after they're done?
Well, I think that the Poverty Row Studios, I think were probably able to get their hands on things the studios didn't have use for anymore.
Yeah.
And so I think they had
studio goodwill.
Yeah, pretty much. I think they had a lot of recycled stuff, and then I think that they, of course, just used the way that I've in this book that people have talked about the wardrobe department is it's just like a closet for the women. It's just a closet full of dresses. I just had to go pick one out. So someone would I'd rather wear my own clothes. I didn't wear what they had. Like it's just very whereas
so
all the a lot of the studios, if it's a big movie especially, there's a dress designer who's like designing gowns, and there's costumes are very
With this, it's more like your high school drama club's prop closet.
Yeah, you're just whatever exactly you can drag out.
When he said that.
That's the movie. That's what it is. Whatever you put them all together, and that's what you get. That's the movie. So they had this giant wig laying around. They had some other random hair, and we're like, all right, we got a werewolf movie. Let's just throw some fog on this swamp set over here and put a werewolf in a swamp is, hey, I mean, I like it. It's kind of, it's unique.
I mean, swamps are scary. You can't see very well, and werewolves are fast. So
right. And I mean, again, the Wolfman, the imagery is very much like, it's not a swamp. It's it's Europe and like, thick, heavy fog, giant trees. It's a set, but still, it's very distinct look. But the set here is been pretty nice.
Does this take place in the Woolly Swamp?
Yes, it does.
I knew it.
Yeah, the Woolly Swamp. That is correct.
The Woolly Swamp. Yeah.
I mean, they never are specific, so it could be whatever swamp you wanted it to be. If you live in a swamp, it could be your swamp.
Yeah.
Who knows?
If you're Shrek, this could be your house.
Yeah. What are you doing in my swamp, donkey? I mean, I do a terrible Shrek impression if anybody's interested. No.
That was really good. No, I want you to keep doing it throughout the entire rest of this.
Why I oughta.
I love it when Shrek said that.
Oh, well.
And then he did the 1950s I'm about to fight thing where he just...
One of these days, donkey, straight to the moon.
Pow! Right in the kisser. Yeah. I mean...
All right. Business stuff.
Business.
What timestamp are you guys at? And can you count me in when we start?
I can tell you that we are not... I cannot tell you a timestamp. I can tell you we're at the fade out. So
because you trimmed it, yeah. Okay, all right, I got you. I am there.
All right. So before we get into this, so we've had one death so far. Mad scientist. It looks like he's looking to seek out some revenge on his rivals. Do you think they're all werewolf food?
It's going to be interesting. We're going to see a werewolf in overalls in the city.
It's true. He's taking him to the city. He's going to get to ride in a car. Petro is so excited.
He's very pumped about that. Is the werewolf
so sad, dude? It's so sad.
And he said that when he was a man. Like, he's not when he was basically like a dog person. He's a man and he's excited about going for a car.
Yeah, he's basically already a dog.
The car?
He's going to be hanging out the window.
His tongue sticking out, fucking just having the time of his life. Loving it.
Wait a sec, this isn't the way to the park. We're going to the vet!
Ha!
Wait a minute. You're getting me neutered, aren't you?
I knew it. I've been betrayed. You lied. You lie. So, who knows? All of that and more could happen in the exciting middle of the Mad Monsters. So, Fresh, if you've got it queued up.
Yeah, count me in.
All right, then 3, 2, 1, go.
Good morning, Pedro.
Good morning, Miss Lenora.
Will you do me a favor?
You know I'd do anything for you.
Well,
Making eyes at her like that.
Go into the village, and there's already
This poor guy's never going to get his chores done.
I'll take that letter.
No.
Dad.
Not when he's sleeping all the time. And sleepwalking.
And eating children.
Give me that.
So you couldn't wait for my work.
He appeared out of nowhere.
You felt you had to write to your reporter.
Well, I just wanted to tell him that I was safe. If you remember, you made me go away without even saying goodbye.
There was a reason for that, my dear, a very good reason.
You took us out here to the country. And for what?
See anything of him? Oh, look, guys from the country.
Again, Universal Angry Mob has, like, 30 people. This is,
And they all have shotguns.
Shotguns and overalls. That's an album
just
title.
a bunch of men with extra
Why all
slings.
the armament?
We're looking for a
Why all the
little
armament?
child. Been looking all night.
You mean someone was killed by a wild animal?
Yeah, my little girl.
Oh, how terrible. How did it happen?
It come in through the window. My wife said the window was closed, but she must have been mistaken. Didn't try to take the baby away or nothing. It just seemed to kill just for the love of killing.
Did anyone see the animal?
Jed Harper did.
Did
He said it
anyone
walked on its
see
hind
it?
legs like a man, but that don't make sense.
I don't care whether
That
it
don't
makes
make no
sense or not.
It looks
I know
like
what
a
I
wolf
see.
wearing
Come on,
overalls.
man, we got work to do.
I know what I seen. Yeah, yeah, it looked like
Wearing
a,
the exact same overalls as your assistant.
they looked like your
But
overalls.
anyway, we're gonna go find him.
They look like your overalls. We're all wearing overalls.
That would be very interesting to science, wouldn't it?
This is Carhartt.
Dominant urge is to kill and destroy even when unprovoked. A human characteristic translated into animal instinct.
I'll be honest, I think I've just held that drink up to drink it like 5 times and put it down. That's the first time I actually drank it.
Just for show.
Interested
Yeah,
to
just-
study such an amazing animal.
Big fat phony.
I am. I'm a fraud. This is just sweet tea in my glass. I do a drunk act like Dean Martin. Old reference.
I'm glad to see you.
Good evening, Dr. Blaine. I came in
Yeah, this tastes a little stronger, honestly.
Sit down.
It's that. It's
Even
the
if Martha has
monster.
dozed
That's
off,
just.
which
I'm
I
not a
think she
monster
has,
guy.
a full alarm of fire wouldn't disturb her.
Still pretty
I
good.
have a faint suspicion that there is something besides my housekeeper's
This
welfare
looks
on
like
your
the
mind.
same set from Dead Men Walk.
Yeah, it does. That same
Ah.
study.
Newspaper man?
Yep, that's right.
An AP dispatch from Ashton down in the
Ah,
South Country
indeed.
tells about a child
Quite.
being killed by a wild animal.
Well, that's a tragic thing.
Yes, a neighboring farmer saw the brute and swears that it traveled at a terrific speed on its 2 hind legs.
I understand they make a very potent corn liquor in that district.
Oh, no, it's nothing like that. I've a
Bunch
hunch
of
there's more to this
drunk
story than just a jug full of corn liquor.
rednecks.
I hope that you could give me an angle I could work into a
Classic.
Sunday feature.
I don't know what you mean by an angle.
The possibility of the survival in the depths of the swamp of some of those overgrown lizards that used to be head men on Earth. I understand they traveled around on their hind legs and made our...
It is Jurassic Park.
Horticultural
I'm sorry, Tom. I can't lend myself to that sort of sensationalism. True science, the search for knowledge, is on a far higher plane than that. It is worthy of being treated with dignity. And I feel that I owe an obligation to the people who respect
Angle. No, no, no.
Your,
I work in
angle, as you call
hypotheses.
it, on prehistoric
Hmm.
lizards is utterly fantastic.
I'm sorry. I didn't know I was getting into such deep water.
Hmm.
Well, I'll hang my head in shame and slink away.
No harm's done. Don't take it so to heart. Put your feet up on the desk and stay for a while.
Well, I can't now. I've got to get back to the office.
What is
I'll
all
drop
this
around again.
hyperbole?
Thanks very
Like, what
much
is
for the
all this
information.
speaking all of a
Very
sudden?
much. See you
I'm gonna
then,
hang
boy.
my head. Why don't you throw your feet up on the desk? He's like, what? Why?
Who talks like this?
It's like all of a sudden somebody else got their hands on the script. It's like the guy went to his secretary. It's like, I need you to finish the rest. I gotta go home early. Just finish the scene for me. She has a weird way of writing dialogue, doesn't she? Ah, it's fine. We just gotta keep moving. I mean, that was really strange.
Blaine. Surprised to see me? Yes, I confess I am. Come in. Sit down. Thank you. You shouldn't be surprised, Blaine. I told you that I'd come
Who
back
closed the
when I
door?
could prove my theory to your complete satisfaction. You say
He has a
you've
simpleton
proven
that
that
close the
wild
door
thing?
behind him.
Right.
Here.
And stay outside.
I don't think I'm
Oh
interested
yeah,
in
he
your
just
comments
left the
so
door
much
open so
as
the
I
werewolf
came
can come
back here.
barging in.
Any
No,
comments
the guys.
I made were an expression of honest
Yeah, we needed to
opinion.
get some air in here.
I
I
will
think that
respect
last guy
any
farted on
statement
his way out. He
proven to
cropped
be
us
untrue.
my whole foyer.
Do you think that you could stop a werewolf with
You
a
think
silver
retraction
joint
will
on?
pay me for the humiliation of being
Sure,
held up
why
to
not?
public ridicule?
Silver,
For having my
I mean, silver or
scientific
anything. Give it a
reputation
shot.
blasted? For being forced to resign from an honorable position? I deeply regret any possible injustice.
Bro, get out of my house.
Rejection of
That's
your
what I would
theory
say.
was not intended as a personal persecution. I'm sorry, I apologize, Dr. Blaine. I suppose we're all prone at times to lose sight of the true perspective. Well, let's say no more about it. I'll gladly consider anything in support of your theory. I'm not asking
Dude,
you
it's
to take
just
my
too
word for it.
nice. Too
Just
nice
believe the
to
evidence with your
live.
own eyes. Petro.
Yeah, just door wide open.
Duh, what, boss?
Yeah, you just, you know.
Hey,
Yeah,
now
you
you sit
just
here.
put enough silver around. Your house
Mike,
is
give me a
werewolf proof.
Yeah,
You
there
never
you
make
go.
it to your door. It's genius.
You're aware of the nature of this experiment? We've been doing this a long time. You may rest assured the experiment is a proven success. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
What good can come with tampering with the normal laws of nature?
A great deal of good. An invincible army, for one thing.
It's kind of
You'll
cool.
understand when you see the results.
Cool lighting.
I abhor whatever appears to be a perversion of science. Mingling the blood of man and beast is downright sacrilege.
I have no sympathy with such maudlin sentimentality. I propounded a theory which you denounce publicly as being ridiculous. The result of a disordered mind. Are you trying to squirm out of facing the possibility that you may be wrong?
Not at all. I will cooperate in any way possible.
So you
That's what I wanted to
basically.
I've given him one.
Well, he doesn't
injection
know
to
what's
prepare his
coming.
blood for
But...
transfusion. He'll need another.
Shouldn't just let somebody come in your
Exactly
office and
20
start
minutes.
doing scientific experiments. I think that there's got to be a rule
Well, they're
about that.
scientists. They do this all the time.
You come in my office and do an experiment anytime you like.
It's a
You know
peer review.
my door's always open for peer review.
I see Pietro put on his nice clothes to go to the city.
Yeah, he got on his ill-fitting
His-
jacket,
his
his ill-fitting
Sunday
shirt, and
That's for you, Captain.
fucking giant hands.
Hello? Oh, is that you, dear?
You asked me to call you and
Put on
find
my
out if you're
Sunday
returning
hands.
It's all right. I'll be over as soon as I can. Goodbye.
tonight. Goodbye.
Giant phone.
It's my daughter and some friends.
Big
I'll have
phone?
to go and get her.
Big phone.
I shan't be long.
What about the second injection?
I
You said
shan't
it
be
had to
long.
given in 20 minutes.
Shan't.
Yes, injection.
Shan't. I mean,
may be able to make it.
in these old movies,
We're bringing it back.
If
we're
not, I
bringing
want to
back
know what's
shan't.
for me.
We're doing it.
Why,
Starting here, starting now.
Yes, I guess so.
Shan't.
That's
Shan't.
very, very
Shan't.
kind of you. Pedro, you stay here and don't bother Dr. Blaine.
No, sir, I won't bother.
Of course, it's quite possible, Doctor, if I don't get back, that you could ensure the failure of this demonstration by forgetting the injection. I'll have to take that chance.
Don't worry. Even if I lacked a sense of honor, pride would hardly allow me to stoop to such a level. I shall give him the injection if you're not here by 12.
At 12, precisely.
Okay, you stay here for a couple hours. I'm gonna be back and never.
Could go wrong here.
I mean, this is so. This is very convoluted.
Hello? Hello, Fitzgerald?
Yeah, is that you,
What he's
Blaine?
gonna gather all the signs?
What do you
Oh,
wanna
it's
drag
like
me
the
out of bed this time of
perfect.
the night
It's
for?
the
I just had
perfect
a
plan.
surprising visitor.
They're all sitting around the
Lorenzo
table.
Cameron.
Hey, I don't think I ever saw Lon Chaney kill
crazy,
4
outlandish
people at
blood
once. I
transfusion
want to see it.
theory and
Let's
demands
go.
the right to give a demonstration.
Lynn Chaney?
Lon
Yeah.
Chaney, Jr.
No, he's not here now.
Lon Chaney Jr.
He'll be back
Did he
after
release the
12.
Lynn Chaney?
Why don't you come on over?
I mean,
All
you know,
right.
Lynn Chaney, Dick
We'll get dressed and
Cheney.
be over right away.
No,
about
unfortunately, it's
10
Long,
spelled.
long line of chains.
Unfortunately, it's spelled. Well, the links can't be broken. But no,
You
different,
at all familiar with the
different
what Dr.
spellings.
Cameron is doing?
Unfortunately,
Oh, no, sir.
Well, that's
I'm
no
just
fun.
handyman
No,
around
that
the
isn't.
place. Nobody, not even Miss Lenora, knows what he does.
Oh, his daughter is still with him?
Oh, yes, sir, she's with him. But I think she's lonesome. She seems to be grieving about something.
Oh, that's an outrage. Cameron has no right to accept such a sacrifice from her. Oh, I don't like being a busybody, but she's such a
you're
fine
being
girl.
a busybody.
A certain young man is just the tonic she needs to make her happy. Where do they live?
Dr. Cameron rented the old Danfield homestead house about 4 or 5 miles from Ashton. It was a fine place, but ain't been nobody lived there for a long time, and the
Ain't
weeds
been
kept
nobody
growing
lived
closer to the house till they about swallowed up everything.
Swallowed up.
Because I about swallowed the whole damn thing up.
So I was gonna say we all know people that talk exactly like this, right?
Till they about swallowed it up.
Swallowed it right up.
Oh, Dr. Cameron, I heard you were back in town. Blaine just told me that you wanted to demonstrate the proof of your blood transfusion theory.
He exaggerated when he mentioned demonstration. I told him I could prove my claim. I don't think Professor Blaine is in a cooperative frame of mind. That's why I came to you.
What do you want me to do?
I'd like you to be present when I talk to him.
All right. I'll take a walk over with you. You know,
ad lib. What? I don't know what that means.
You know, he used to work on the news where they pretend to talk when the camera zooms out.
Right. I thought I could just move my mouth and my hands. I thought you'd dub it in later.
And line my papers up on the desk by hitting the edge of them against the desk.
Okay, so I can hear your papers hitting the desk, but I can't hear you speaking.
I can hear you aligning your stack of papers against the desk. You're not saying anything.
Can you hear that?
Yes. The funniest part was you asking.
Hey, can you guys hear this?
Oh man, ASMR. That's what this is now.
But my promise to Dr. Cameron leaves me no alternative.
Sure.
Roll up your sleeve.
So, do they usually? I haven't seen the Wolf. I haven't really seen any other Wolf movies other than Wolf of Washington. But
like I always do.
Is the deal usually that they do a blood transfusion?
No. Werewolf of Washington is very much plotline, the werewolf mythology, and the way it happens. It's all very similar to the Wolfman. It's they get bit, you become a werewolf, full moon, only can be killed by silver bullet. You know, no blood transfusion. So again, that's where the Poverty Row movies would always do it different. They would usually take one of these gothic monsters that Universal had already done and throw in a mad scientist angle. So then it's things like blood transfusion.
Man, not to turn this back to video games, but this is, I'm just thinking now, and this is literally the plot to Bloodborne.
Oh yeah.
You get a blood transfusion, and then you turn into a werewolf. That's just the plot to Bloodborne.
Okay. Well, I mean, unless it's in some kind of literature before 1942, then
maybe we better go in the house.
It probably is. I'm sure.
In just a moment.
Oh, he's faking
Oh,
some angina.
Want me to call an ambulance? No, I don't want an ambulance. I'll be all right in a minute. Oh, just trying to help.
Don't bite my head off.
God damn it, I don't want a fucking ambulance.
Dr. Dick doesn't need an ambulance.
Fine, we're not getting you a fucking ambulance then, you asshole.
Oh, nice. I like this. Yeah, that's good. But the hat is ridiculous.
Yeah, the hat is just...
I mean, he made the reveal good, but now he's wearing this hat.
Yeah, it's not much better. It's not much better than the...
Look at him creeping around. Oh, that's great. He's so big.
He's still completely goosed.
Like...
What's that?
Not graceful.
Sounded like come from the house.
Like come from the house.
Come on in here, there's something wrong.
Also, since when does the Wolfman just, like, strangle you?
Yeah, it's not how it's supposed to be how it works.
That's how wolves kill people. Strangling.
With their strong hands.
Right.
Yeah, with their strong hands.
You get right into that jugular
large
vein.
hands.
Hello, Sarge.
Right.
I got a murder on my beat.
I got a murder on my beat.
Right away.
I got a murder on my beat.
I'm running the beat right now. I'm just a beat cop.
What do you know about this?
Beat cop.
Not that I know anything. I was with you.
I'm not even gonna do it.
Yeah, there's
murder on my beat.
Trouble me again. I can't be
Beat
any
cop.
use here. I may as well
Somebody
leave.
has to have done that by now. If they haven't,
Great sorrow.
I would be very shocked.
And my feelings are of no importance one way or the other. Good night.
What?
Indeed.
Howdy, Lieutenant.
Hi.
I've seen a lot of murders in my day.
Yeah, why
but
does
never
he
as
look like
messy
a
as
train
this one.
He looks like the fat conductor, or the Sir Topham Hatt.
Sir Topham, the fat conductor. Isn't that what he was called
Yeah, that's
in
what he's
England?
called,
The
isn't it?
fat conductor?
Yeah.
Story for your paper.
They call it. Yeah.
And then here
More
in
than just a
America, Sir
story to
Topham
me.
Hatt.
He was my
So
friend.
dumb.
There was a couple of college professors arguing outside and using a lot of big words. They followed me in here, and I heard one of them say
College
that some
professors
kind of a
using big
dangerous
words.
animal done this.
One of
here.
them smart
Well, how could a
motherfuckers
dangerous
using
animal
them
be
big old
roaming around
words
the
on me,
city?
trying to
I don't
confuse me
know.
like.
It's got away from a zoo or a circus or something.
What is
I'll
he-
check on that angle.
Oh, he took the antidote, but he didn't take the fucking note.
So the guy playing the lead actually got his start as one of the first
Talking to me?
round
No, I was
of
trying to remember something.
Little Rascals
Ashton.
in the Our Gang,
Wow.
like
An AP
comedies.
story came in from
Uh,
Ashton the other day about a child being killed
Johnny
by a weird
Downs.
animal from the swampland.
What do you mean, weird animal?
A farmer swore it wasn't human, but
Back
that it
when it
traveled
was
on
silent,
two legs like a
before,
man.
before
he
they
was
even had
crazy, you're
sound.
drunk.
Little
What?
Rascals
Animal.
was
Anyway, how could
Huh?
you get way up here?
Huh?
what?
Wish I knew.
Who?
There's no sound on this thing.
Who?
Is that really a wolf? It looks a little small.
Yeah, it does. Whoa. It's probably some kind of like wolf dog, some kind of domesticated thing.
Someone grabbed a coyote out of their backyard.
Yeah, it could be. It's PRC. I mean, honestly, I think,
Oh, Pedro, you startled me. Oh, what's the matter? Why do you stare at me like that?
I don't know, Miss Lenore. I feel funny.
it's
I
kind
smell
of
something
weird.
in the
This
mist
kind of
coming
like
up out
a
of the swamp.
kind of a deep
Like a voice
focus
talking to me,
shot with some
telling me to do
zooming
something.
in it. I
Something
don't know.
terrible.
Oh, but that isn't real. That's just your imagination.
You don't
You
see a
mustn't
lot
pay
of
any
that.
attention to what that voice seems to be saying.
Pedro!
It's just your imagination.
What are you doing here? Go to your room. You've no right in this part of the house.
Go to your room.
Get out!
He's a grown
Immediately!
man.
Oh!
Wake up!
Oh!
You're dreaming.
It's kind of like sad to see a grown man get slapped by another grown man. Not slapped, not punched.
I
Slapped.
must have a touch of sweat.
Well,
Kinda
and
tasty.
I didn't even
What do you
think
like?
about
I'll go to bed,
how
I'll get something
recently in our modern
I'm
modern
sorry
pop
if
culture
I'm
that's an
making
issue.
nuisance of myself.
Well, that felt kind of sad too.
Yeah, that was sad. That's what I'm saying. It's just sad. It's just sad.
Dad, what happened to Pedro? I'm terribly afraid.
There's nothing to be afraid of there. He just had a touch of...
Not to get too
That
modern
was
for
more
this
than
show.
fever. His eyes were the
Yeah.
eyes of a wild beast. He was possessed by a demon.
Oh, dear, you know there's no such thing as
Yeah, I don't
being
think this year's
possessed by a
Oscars are
demon.
public
Let
domain.
demons see.
If it's
Well, I don't care what
before
you call it. But there's something here
it's
that's
before
evil.
2001,
Yeah,
we
And
can't
I'm afraid.
reference it.
Dad, I
Yeah.
can't stand it here any longer. Let's get away.
I can't go now, dear. I must wait till my work's finished. Pull yourself together, dear.
The next Oscar,
I'll
they
be
have to
silly
like get in a fist fight,
Nothing
and
must
then the
interfere with
next
your work.
one,
You've
they just
been
have to
very
keep
great
escalating the violence to keep people
I know
watching.
what a terribly lonely life.
But it's still Will Smith and Chris Rock, right?
We won't talk about it anymore, Dad.
Gotta
Yeah,
be.
the same
I
dude
just
do
have
everything.
Same dude.
Rematch.
Look, the audience has
A
come to
crew
expect it.
appears on stage and sets up
I
like
expect the eminent Professor
ropes
Fitzgerald
in a square
to bring me a
around
call
the
before
person's
long.
Yes,
And I
that's
shall be
great.
delighted
5
to
years, it's just
confound
gonna
him
be
with
like a
scientific
cage
facts
match.
that he declared were impossible.
Like the Oscar is gonna be like in a briefcase on top of a ladder or something.
Yeah, the first one to get the Oscar wins it.
Who's really wants Oscar gold the most?
And there will be a lot of folding chairs just laying around.
So I'm unclear. It doesn't seem like the moonlight. Is it turning? I guess it is. So it's blood transfusion and moonlight.
I don't know it was just midnight, the fact that it's midnight.
Oh, is it?
Because he was inside when he transformed earlier, right?
Right. Are there all these different factors? Jeez Louise.
Keep rewriting the fucking rules on us.
Seriously, a lot of rules to keep up with. What are the rules?
If it's midnight, but he's inside, but he hasn't had the antidote, but the doctor's not around.
Right.
He turns into a werewolf.
But Mercury's in retrograde.
It's so much, it might as well be a choose your own adventure novel. If you can keep up with it, then it is what you make it.
Where all the good stories happen in the middle of the swamp.
Right. Always.
I love his short.
Is that composited fog? Or does it just look...
No, I think it just looks weird. It's like, where are your lights in your house place when you get, these crazy
in the middle of the night, every single fucking light's on.
blasting up the
You're the owner of
stairway.
this haunted castle.
What do you mean, haunted castle?
Well, maybe I did just have
What the fuck? Get the fuck out of my haunted castle right now!
What do you mean?
Oh, not even positive I heard anything. Just a feeling.
That's not very definite, is it?
Tom!
Well, I don't think that's funny, man.
Oh, boom mic, boom shadow, boom shadow.
Uh-oh.
Can you ever forgive me for going
Nice.
off
They
without
don't have
saying
enough
goodbye?
spotlights
That doesn't
everywhere.
matter, now that I found you.
I see no reason for rejoicing.
Dad,
I buried myself in this out-of-the-way place so that I could work undisturbed. Away from snooping
Well,
reporters.
let your daughter go, bro.
What they have not
You
the
brought her
intelligence
there.
to understand.
Yeah, I don't get why his daughter has to be there.
I know.
I'm
You're
not
my
interested in your
daughter.
reason
You
for
will
coming.
be in
But
my
I would like
home.
to know how you happen to find your
But
way.
on that side of the home, so
Found
you
a
can't
message
hear
from
what I'm
Dr.
doing.
Blaine after he was killed.
Dr. Blaine killed.
Go to your
Oh,
room.
terrible.
Yes, apparently he was killed by some animal.
You knew about it?
I was with Professor Fitzgerald when it
You
happened, and I
knew?
saw him right afterwards. What was the message?
A memorandum to tell me about this old plantation.
So he meant to betray my confidence, just as he did before.
Well, I don't believe Dr. Blaine
Nowadays,
had
it
any
would just
such
be
thought
an
in mind.
email.
I don't care what you profess to believe. You belong to a profession that's of nothing
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
You're not welcome here.
Dad, I
Keep
won't-
quiet.
I won't be quiet. Now, I've stayed here because I thought you needed me. But I won't have you treat Tommy like this.
No, don't get upset on my account. Things will turn out all right. I suppose you have a right to your own opinion. Good night.
Tom, wait. Don't go
Uh,
now. Wait till day.
Tom, wait.
Why?
I'm afraid.
Afraid of what?
I don't know exactly. but
waits.
There's something
Tom
dangerous that prowls
waits.
around in the dark. I wish you could
Musician
take it
slash
Don't worry about
actor
it. If
Tom
you need anything I
Waits.
can't whip, I can do a swell job
Ladies
of
and
front.
gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'll
Tom
wait till you get to the
Waits.
front gate.
Tom Waits.
Have a front gate. Good night.
I wish you'd wait till morning.
Sorry,
Tom
I
Waits.
can't do that. Good night.
Wait.
Good night.
Well, he's dead.
He's dead. He's toast.
If anything happens to him, I'll never forgive you.
Dad, you're an
He has no
asshole.
business to come here. I'm not responsible for his welfare.
That's right. He didn't sign a liability waiver.
Favorite part about these movies is everyone walks around their house in a suit.
Always dressed to the nines. Like,
You
and
just go to bed in a fucking three-piece suit.
I would be so uncomfortable, dude.
To be fair, didn't they kind of dress like that back then?
Yeah, I mean, well, if you had
Yeah,
money,
in your
you did.
house.
Yeah, sure.
Like when you're lounging around the house, you just wear a suit. It's so
Not really a suit. You're probably wearing like slacks and like some kind of
Some kind
comfortable
of button-up
button-up
shirt.
and, yeah.
They need to incorporate leisure suits into this.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Well, again, you do not. Evan makes a good point, or I don't even know who brought up the point, but the idea that you don't see anybody wearing casual clothing. I guess except beside Petro in his overalls, unless you consider that a work outfit. I guess if you weren't dressed to the nines, you were wearing overalls. I mean, look, he's got suspenders. That's,
Yeah, he's kind of in leisure clothes. He might have actually been asleep.
I decided to
Sorry
take
bother
the
you this time of night,
suspenders.
but I've lost
Yeah.
my way.
Come on in. Sit down.
I've lost my way. Come on in.
Well, welcome, stranger.
You're a fool to be
Strange.
traveling around by yourself at night like this when the mist comes up from the swampland.
Oh, you mean the mysterious night prowler that's got everyone's imagination working overtime?
That ain't imagination with me, mister.
Mhm.
That thing killed my little girl.
Sorry.
There you go.
I wouldn't have joked if I'd known.
It scared Jed Harper so bad, he went and got religion.
Dag, dude, too soon.
Hey, can you give me some facts about this killer? What does it look like?
No one can tell you that for sure, mister. Because it never prowls only on nights like this when the mist is thick and nothing can be seen very plain. Jed Harper said it traveled on 2 legs. But you can't count on that because Jed was scared half out of his mind. Besides, the mist was extra thick that night.
Yeah, this guy's
better
got
stay here the
a
rest
way
of
of
the night,
talking.
mister.
And just
I can't offer you a bed, but I'll make you as comfortable as I can.
Thank you very much.
What if the reporter just started going and then left?
It's just a good salt of the earth yokel.
Right, classic yokel. God love the yokels.
And all their jokels.
Like how it looks like he's about to whip it. Like
I don't know why he's
like,
got the
that's what
whip
it looks
out.
like when your dad gets the belt.
Oh, so whoop. Yeah, I mean it's he's very pissed off. You son of a bitch.
Now, son, I'm not
I
mad.
let you
I'm
out.
just
You weren't supposed to go
disappointed.
I'm just disappointed.
This is gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you.
Would have
I
brought
raised
about
you
my
better
knowledge to
than
become
this.
dangerous. I hadn't thought of that possibility. On your couch, Pedro.
On your couch. You would be most would be so lucky to get their own couch. Most animal human hybrids. They would
So
be
true.
so lucky.
Most animal-human hybrids I know don't have their own couch.
Door's propped open.
Bum-bum. Automatic gate. What?
Hey, you see?
No,
No.
I couldn't disappoint Professor Fitzgerald. Get down, people. Down.
Ah.
And
Why
there
does he
you go
gotta
again.
like, you know?
Was that his imagination? Oh, no.
Must be.
That was so weird. It looked like it's. I don't know.
Yeah, it is a really strange, like, dissolve.
The
I don't
dissolve
know.
made it seem like he didn't actually just do that.
Right.
Did I
It was
walk
all
in
a
my
dream.
sleep again?
Yes.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up
Think there's
magazine.
some
Oh
way
my
you
God.
can cure me
Here we
from
go.
doing that? I'm afraid not. It may be necessary to lock you up at night after this.
Oh, it don't seem fair to lock a man up just like he was an animal.
Womp womp womp.
Yeah, so chew on that.
Pout about it then, you little bitch.
And that is going to take us to our second break. So that was the middle of the Mad Monster. Was it just one of the professors that got murdered?
I'm not sure.
It was
Yeah, I think
really
it was
just
Yeah.
the one.
I guess
Yeah.
the others were talking about it.
Yeah. So for a second, I thought, hey, you.
Yeah, he's
Let's
gonna-
see this
yeah,
one
gonna get the
werewolf kill
multi-kill.
3 men. That would have been something.
Rip and tear through him.
Yeah, I would have. I mean, he certainly. It would have been a bloodbath.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm just kidding. He would have just strangled them a little bit.
yeah, it kind of seems like, Well, and again, when you look at the werewolf films up to this point, as far as what you're seeing, what's being shown to you, there's the Wolfman. Everybody knows the Wolfman, right? But then even before that, you had Werewolf of London. And when a werewolf is attacking its victim in these like movies, it's just like grabbing them, like either by the arms or by the throat, and kind of like baring their teeth, and then it's cutaway, and then either somebody breaks up the attack or, cut sometime later, and you got people standing over the dead body.
Yeah, movies don't really get gory until what, like the 70s?
Yeah, I mean, again, 60s, early 60s, you have the splatter films. Again, Psycho 1960, not a lot of blood, but enough to open the door. And then you had the splatter films, the early 60s, Herschel Gordon Lewis, mid 60s. And that's just like people getting their tongues ripped out, blood and color, and it's great. But the acting is horrible, and it's just very.
Well, it's hard to enunciate with your tongue ripped out.
Right, exactly. Well, that's a very good point. That's very true. So gore and blood, pre-code, maybe you have a couple examples, but again, once the code got implemented and was kind of fully enforced by 1935, horror movies kind of fell out of vogue for a couple years. In Britain, they stopped making them. And then for this film, again, 1942, there was kind of a second horror wave started around 1939. And this came out in 1942. They tried to release it in Great Britain, and they wouldn't release it there until 1952. It was banned, and then 1952 it was released with like an X rating. It was
this
like
movie?
Yeah, well, what was it? Given an X rating, and they had to run a disclaimer about how blood transfusions with an animal and a human couldn't give you animal characteristics.
Do not try this at home.
That was what, like, England, that's how seriously opposed they were to horror films.
Wow.
From the 30s all the way. And it was really bad even through the 80s. They had the whole video nasty thing, which I don't know if you guys know about that. It was like these prominent politicians were like, okay, all these like gory horror movies and all these like bad movies are banned. Or they're like, they're on a list, and we recommend
if anything has ever worked, it's prohibition.
Right, doesn't it? And again, that's where you get a great
ban it, no one will watch
No,
it.
you don't get great underground video movements and things like that come out of that. You do. But again, it really they did not fuck with horror for a long time. And again, until the late 50s, with the guys we were watching last week, Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, that was what kind of opened Britain up to horror.
Hey, mate, I want to kill you, mate.
They weren't taking movies like tonight's film, The Mad Monster. And so again, like, even for a werewolf movie, and we've got an implied kill that is like, wild. Fucking a kid.
Yeah.
So
I wish this was a British one, dude. Oi, governor, it's a werewolf.
We will there's like an early British public domain horror film that's actually it's Sweeney Todd. And it's the story you know and love. And it's actually pretty, it's not gory, but it's Sweeney Todd going around with a razor, and the guy playing Sweeney Todd is like, he's just into it, like, so hard. Like, he's the kind of the British equivalent of the early, American horror stars like Karloff and Lugosi. But so again, you had this movie came out in 42. It was kind of riding off of the success of The Wolfman, which was the year before in 41. Werewolf of London was like 35, like right before that horror ban, or it went out of vogue. And then Werewolf of London was a flop. So that's when they were like, all right, we're going to try again later in 41 with The Wolfman. Big hit. It was still raking in box office when they made this. So, and then Fox had a movie called The Undying Monster, which is a werewolf movie, which we'll see the trailer for coming up in the break. You also had, oh my gosh, so again, The Wolfman, you're going to see that trailer. The movie before The Wolfman, Werewolf of London, we're going to see that trailer. And then you're going to see the trailer for The Undying Monster, which came out either the same year as this movie or after. And it's a werewolf movie. It's okay. It's from Fox. It's from a bigger studio. But it's...
Glowing review there.
It's fine. It's fine. It's not... I don't love it. But we'll get to see those 3 trailers, so that'll kind of give you... Like, literally, you had Werewolf of London, Wolfman, and then you get this. And then... some other ones like the year after this or right after this. So it's, again, this was
wolf craze.
The werewolf genre was, film-wise, this was the beginnings, the birth of it,
So,
again.
Are we calling this,
No, I don't think we can call, it's the werewolf, it's werewolf movies. It's, we could give everything a fun,
Yeah, everything has its own genre now.
Fun, hot name, new name. We're repackaging it, making it.
This is Wolf Wave.
Wolf Wave, yeah, okay, sure.
I was gonna say,
I love it.
I was gonna say Canine Invasion.
Okay.
What's that?
Yeah. Canine Invasion.
Yes.
Wolf Wave kind
it's
of
like
rolls
the British.
off.
It did, it started in Britain, right? So it's kind of a British thing, dude. See?
Well. I think Wolf, like Evan said, Wolf Wave does kind of roll off the tongue. So, as we get more and more werewolf movies on the stream, we may just find ourselves saying, all right, we're getting another Wolf Wave film tonight. We'll see. I like it. I'm about it. So, we're going to get some 3 films in the early Wolf Wave movement, 3 trailers, and then when we come back, the exciting conclusion of The Mad Monster.
You must seize the only specimen of the Mariphasa plant in England. That flower is the only known antidote for werewolfery.
A very interesting folk tale, but of no value to the police.
I warn you, sir, unless you secure this plant, there'll be an epidemic that will turn London into a shambles.
When my experiments are completed, I will show their results to the entire world. Not before.
Remember this, Dr. Glendon. The werewolf instinctively seeks to kill the thing it loves best.
You brought this on me that night in Tibet. Sorry I can't share this with you.
Jenny Williams was killed?
Yes. Find something?
Animal tracks.
Whoever is bitten by a werewolf and lives becomes a werewolf himself.
Oh, don't hand me that. You're just wasting your time.
The wolf bit you, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. You wouldn't want to run away with a murderer, would you?
Oh, Larry, you're not. You know you're not.
I killed Bela. I killed Richardson. If I stay here any longer, you can't tell who'll be next.
That's ridiculous. There's nothing to that story about a monster.
I shall never forget that night when I found your grandfather down there on the path at the edge of the cliff after he'd met it, so horribly mangled.
You didn't talk as though I were a scared kid or a lunatic. I tell you, there's something horrible out there. Unless we destroy it, it'll destroy us.
And we are back. So
we back.
We back.
And we back. And
Oh,
we
no.
back.
No,
and we back.
no,
and
no,
we
no,
back.
no, no,
And
no.
we back. And we back. And we back.
Ladies and gentlemen,
even
Chance the
better
Rapper.
than I was the last time.
Yep. There it is.
Ooh, ooh.
So
Ooh, I'm good. Ooh, yeah.
that was the trailers for Werewolf of London, The Wolfman, and The Undying Monster. The werewolf movies. Again, you got the two kind of originators of the tropes, and then Undying Monster came after. Tonight's film, The Mad Monster, which I don't know why they were afraid to put werewolf in the title of those movies. The Mad Werewolf and The Undying Werewolf sound like fun movies, but instead, I don't know, maybe they were afraid Universal had copyright on the word werewolf. Who knows? I mean...
Copyright's tricky, isn't it, Garrett?
Isn't it? Isn't it? Don't I know it? Certainly. If this show has taught me anything, it's the ins and outs of copyright law and how fucking murky it all is. So, I make it work, as did people who made werewolf movies after Universal, and, that was the thing. The other studios really struggled, and even the Poverty Row studios struggled to make monster movies that weren't, I mean, Universal's doing all the great stuff, and so then it's like, all right, well, let's do a devil bat, and let's do a flying serpent, and let's do a vampire who's got like a twin brother.
Just different to be different.
Right, let's just change a couple things different.
You know what? This is like the Linux of the production world. They're just doing different things that they're allowed to do.
Pretty much.
They're like, well, the big studio already did like the cool thing that we wanted to do, so let's do like this dumb thing that they haven't done yet.
I think that's what we've seen with the Monogram movies that have had the terrible endings that are like, it's meta. Like,
and that's when I finished writing the story.
Yeah. I'm the author. You should hire Bela Lugosi. Like, alright. Biggest
that actually cracked me up.
It's so dumb, though. So dumb. So, but this is a different studio. That was Monogram. This is PRC. So maybe we'll get a less sappy ending. God, we can only hope so. I imagine quick wrap up, like all these other ones. We can only be in store for that. So
cut and John Newland will walk out. And...
yeah, he'll kind of explain to us the things that we aren't going to get to see, and that'll be it. So, before we start this puppy up, what do we think about? What do we think? I mean, obviously Pedro is going to get killed. The Mad Scientist is probably going to get killed.
He's definitely gonna kill the daughter of.
Oh, let's see what she does. Yeah. That'll be interesting to see. That would be different from the Wolfman because the chick lives at the end.
He just reminds me so much of Lenny, and he clearly is sweet on this chick. So I just see
he's
him
just gonna
her.
strangle her. Well,
by accident.
And again, that role of Lenny was most famously played on screen by Lon Chaney Jr., who was the Wolfman. So it all
comes together.
And apparently, Glenn Strange said that Lon Chaney kidded him about like this movie and like basically like playing Lenny, and I don't think Glenn Strange minded too much. He was mostly a Western actor, did a lot of Westerns, and then played Frankenstein's monster. So that's kind of his big claim to horror. So we'll see what happens to Glenn Strange. We'll see what happens to George Zucco. We'll see, is it going to take a silver bullet to kill this werewolf? There's a cure. Like, you just inject him. Well, not a cure.
It's a treatment.
A treat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, treatment. Okay, yeah. All right.
It's going to take this forever.
Forever. And I'm going out of town, so I'm not gonna be able to fill your prescription forever after next week. So good luck. I can't recommend a new physician. Fresh, do you have it queued up?
I do.
All right, then we're gonna get into the exciting end of the Mad Monsters. So here we go.
Seth Appleton started home with a jug under his arm last night. They found him in the swamp this morning. He'll never lift another jug. Was he murdered? Yep.
He'll never lift another jug. So just saying he's dead.
Explanation for this.
Is he dead?
Never lift another
jug.
Werewolf. You can't kill him no way except by a silver bullet.
This is Neon Joe over here. Werewolf.
Right out of my ear. That killer ain't human. You'd know that from one look at the body.
I saw a victim of just such an attack. I wonder if there could be a possibility of any connection between them.
I've been telling you all along. It's the form of a human who sold his soul to the devil. In the light of day,
oh, that devil.
Like any
thanks,
other
Granny.
man on
Oh, that devil of
At
mine.
night, he takes on the form of
He's
a
the
wolf.
devil, clearly.
What's he selling?
Chocolate.
What?
All newspaper men are like that. He doesn't mean anything by it.
God almighty.
You go ahead. He won't bother you anymore.
Something just break. Part of the set just break.
You must give
Something
thought to your own
clinked
safety.
down.
There's no normal reason for
Click.
Out of the window panes
away
just
in a
loose.
place like this. Oh, nothing, forget it.
Don't avoid the question. What were you
It was
going
like
to say?
behind the house set, like a light Sandfeld or something, like just missed a fucking lighting technician standing behind
That's a
the
terrible thing for you to
behind the
say.
set.
I didn't expect you to join the chorus against him.
Oh, I hope I'm wrong, but I'll do everything I can to learn the truth, no matter where it leads.
Good morning, young man. I'm very glad to see you. I want to apologize for the way I talked to you
God, his
last night.
pants are so high.
Well, that's all right. I
Man,
can
that's
understand
the-
how you must feel about the newspaper.
Let me just
They didn't what
The
you
tall
call...
pants.
so you can see how high my pants are.
I know. They
That's how
give
you
you
know
quite a
I
ride.
mean business
But
for
I
your
didn't write
daughter.
any of that stuff.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm so sorry the way I received you. If you're interested in scientific research, I'd be glad sometime
This is
to
how
show
we
you
dress
what I've
over at the
accomplished.
paper.
Well, thanks, Doc. That's very
We're
nice.
newspaper men. We gotta be ready to go. We gotta have our pants pulled up high. We gotta have our ties short. We gotta have our hats wonky. We gotta have our handkerchiefs double folded. See?
Why, no.
We go, go,
Start every
go.
paragraph
Never
with a
before
real
was
big
so glad to
letter.
be wrong.
I enter every room saying extra, extra.
Oh, it's a secret knock. Dun, 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 dun.
He's dropping the hot new beat.
Professor Fitzgerald, how in the world did you find your way down here?
Hello, Lenora. Your father wrote asking me to come. Is he here?
Yes, and he'll be very glad to see one of his old friends.
Ah, Fitzgerald, this is
Doctor?
an unexpected honor. I hardly dared hope that you'd accept my invitation.
Well, if you've made a worthwhile scientific discovery, I want to be the first to congratulate you.
I should be delighted to
What?
give you that opportunity.
What? Where does he just...
Oh, don't run away. I promise to limit myself to words of 2 syllables.
That'll take all the fun out of the discussion. I'll see you after a while.
Thanks.
Should we go into the lab?
You wish?
Can't be good.
Very secretive about your work.
Secretive?
Without intruders.
You're very secretive about your work.
He's oozing all over the place.
Good work. Sit down.
You're oozing work. Honestly, we need. This is a hygienic issue at this point.
You're secreting too much work.
Certain extremely volatile elements in the blood, little more than particles of electrical energy, are the source of all physical growth and mentality.
Was this one of his
By
delusion
citing various
guys?
glands and
It
brains.
has to be. Has to be.
I've learned how to extract and concentrate these elements from the blood of various animals.
Oh wow, good try. You don't have Lugosi
Control
eyes. Just
evolution.
stop.
I've discovered the source of life.
You're crazy.
That's what I'm saying. He just isn't quite as good. That's why he's Wallagosi. That's why he's Wallagosi.
You told
He's
the newspaper
Wario.
I was crazy once, didn't you?
I didn't know that you invited me here to reopen
I'm
an
a
old
Wario.
controversy that
I'm
was
a go
very
read.
disagreeable to all concerned. I came with the hope that you'd abandon impossible theories.
That's perfect, Garrett. I thought you were playing a
something
sound
worthy
clip
of consideration.
for a second from
I
one
thought-
of the games.
And I
yeah, I
suppose
thought-
you feel
I thought
yourself
you
fully
would.
competent to judge my
Is there a
accomplishments.
Wakarloff?
You and your hidebound associates. That feels
Honestly,
like
you could
play.
say Glenn Strange because
Yeah.
he played Frankenstein's monster on House of Frankenstein. Apparently, Boris Karloff was in that movie, and apparently Karloff coached him. Must have not done a very good job because in those movies, I don't really like Strange's performance as Frankenstein's
You
monster. I don't
talked to
think
him on the
he's not emotive like Karloff is, but
Did he say then that he was in any danger of losing his life?
I
No,
don't know.
nothing threatened him at that
And,
time.
and Glenn Strange doesn't
I
show up
would
in
be
too
one.
many of these Poverty Row horror movies. Although he
You
is
pride
in another
yourself on
movie with
not
George
indulging
Zucco
in
here. It's
fantastic
more of a murder
details.
mystery
What proof have you
called
that
The
I was
Black
in any way
Raven, and it's like in a
implicated?
tavern, and they're like a duo, and it's fun. It's a fun movie.
You accuse me of being crazy for what I claim to have accomplished with this apparatus.
Wait, hang on, I got
But I
it.
can give you overwhelming proof of what I say.
Lugosi and Donkey
I can
Karloff.
inject into your veins a
Yeah, there
substance
you
that
go.
will give you the strength of
Yeah.
10 men.
I like that.
Or, following the line of evolution, how would you like a pair of donkey's ears?
That was weird.
Oh, that was weird. Synchronicity. Little synchronicities.
Certainly will not
That
be
is
the
strange.
subject for any
Isn't
of your
it?
experiments. I'm afraid it's useless for us
That's
to
weird.
continue
It's
this
just-
discussion any
yeah,
further.
it is. That's
Cracks are
weird.
showing a little.
Open that secret panel.
Fucking weird, man. We're opening the wormhole on the Scream Stream. Join us Friday nights. That's what we do.
I don't
We're
care
breaking
if it's
down the
by a
walls.
charlatan.
The simulation is
ridiculous.
pulling
That
apart
isn't
as we
fair,
speak.
Yep.
That's
We're
what we're
just
here for.
we're expediting the
I had
process.
nothing to
That
do with
is
that.
what we're here for.
It wasn't my fault if the public treated your crazy theories.
Dude, in these movies,
rightfully deserved.
people don't respect personal space when they're talking to you.
Yeah, they do talk really close
they
to each
don't.
other.
It's like,
I
let's
wanted
touch,
to. Yeah,
let's touch dicks while we talk.
pretty much.
Would you do me a favor?
There you go again.
It is very close. And like
Personal-
leaning in. too.
Personal space means nothing to these guys.
All right.
Like,
I can
what
do
is
that without
that?
any
That's
trouble.
like,
Oh, thank
That's-
you so much.
that's too much.
That's
Don't waste the
less than a
car.
foot
I'll
apart.
send him out to you in a few
Oh
minutes.
yeah. They
If
are
somebody
not
got that
social
close to
distancing.
me and was
They-
like talking to me like that, like, you know,
it's clearly aggressive. Like, I think the whole point is that it's aggressive, but like every conversation in the movie is like that, even like friendly ones.
Get in the car, Pedro. Don't keep Professor Fitzgerald waiting.
it's just like, okay, take my assistant, like, oh, I
I
can't
still
go.
hope to give you proof that you can't ignore. Remember me to Hatfield and Warwick.
I got the suicide doors in this bitch. Did you notice that? They're high
No.
rolling. The doors open backwards.
Oh shit!
They
Big
borrowed
money.
Kanye's car for this.
Why did Professor Fitzgerald leave so soon?
He wasn't impressed by the possibilities of my line of research.
How the fuck did he convince him to get petrol in the car?
You're a great scientist.
Come on, boy.
Someday you're going to startle the
You have to
world.
put petrol on the car for it to run.
That's startle the world.
The reporter and then the angry mob.
Yeah. The, like, 7 random people that all come from different directions. Like, wait, what are they? They're, like, fanning out every 20 yards and then coming back together. And
Reconverging.
Yeah. This is only a 40-yard set, so you don't go, like, really 30 yards before you turn around and go back. And then we're going to turn the camera around and film it from this other angle.
He just discovered LSD.
Yeah, that's different.
But we do not condone drug use on the street.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
That's how I looked at the Uber last week.
Just head going down. Honestly, you had your hat, your
You
brim.
hear it, just head.
Yeah, you're
Oh wait, he's about to have a car.
Werewolf driving a car. Now I've seen it all. See, now that looked like he was going in for a bite, right?
Bite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
It sounded like it came from over there.
Like almost like a vampire kind of.
Yeah. But again, he's going for the jugular, but whereas the vampire is just like, you know, kind of.
Yeah, I noticed he had like 3 balls that he was like throwing up into the air.
Right.
I didn't see a thing.
Going for the jugular.
Well, you know, all these werewolf victims, he sees the juggler standing over him. He's like, okay.
And he has to kill the guy that's throwing 3 balls before he can kill the guy that he's trying to kill.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I really thought he was about to just have the car. That would have been cool.
Evan. I'd love this stuff. Go, Petro, go.
Oh yeah, this is just a mice and men, dude.
Pretty much.
But in a swamp.
That's Fitzgerald.
He dead?
Still alive, but
He did.
Where can we take him?
Ask the reporter to verify someone's
He
biography
did.
of life.
I say you, he did.
When do you men go for a doctor?
Hello, newspaper
Come on, give me a
reporter.
hand.
Is this man dead?
Take it easy, fellas.
I say you, he did.
The Colonel.
Oh, Family Guy.
I'm not very hungry. You go ahead with your meal.
Are you feeling discouraged because Professor Fitzgerald was unsympathetic?
Fitzgerald's opinion is of very little value.
Couldn't afford any of that low-lying fog. No, we know a little bit what that's like. Just spraying it, like, okay, we gotta get this take off before all the fog goes away. Come on.
Professor Fitzgerald, badly hurt.
Bring him in.
Well, he's still
Found him badly
alive?
hurt.
Blood. Nope.
He's another victim of that mysterious werewolf or whatever it is.
Well, you were so ready to say it was a fucking dinosaur earlier. Leo Pleurodon.
Have there been
Shout out
any?
Leo.
Have there been any horror movies about a man that turns into a dinosaur or a lizard?
Yeah, I think there's been some kind of like alligator. Well, there's the alligator people.
which
has Job's doppelganger in it. It's wild. This dude, this like alligator handler looks exactly like Job did, you know, a couple years ago.
Devil got another victim.
Like when he was like 18, 19, 20. Yeah, I mean, he's got the same haircut, the same glasses, the same like posturing, the same movement. Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So this must be like a long lost relative or something, because it looks like they just took Job and put him in that movie, like from modern times. Because even the way he's moving and acting, it's like when he turns his face to the camera, it's like, is that Job? He's making faces like Job. It's great. Must be a pretty fucking big swamp. You hide out all night from this. I mean, it must be a pretty bad mob. That's what it is. Oh.
Since this awful thing happened to him, I can't feel.
So he just puts him out at night and closes the gate. It's like,
you
all right.
quarrel with him? Yes, we quarreled. So I suppose you think that I went after him and dragged him out of the car.
Dad.
Newspaper training seems to breed a suspicious nature.
Newspaper training? So like potty training?
It's great training.
Oh, okay. This is the first time we got an establishing shot of the house, so that's great.
Here in the third act.
Here in the third act, in the like last like 10 minutes of the movie, 5.
Yes, he drove him into town. But surely you don't think that...
I don't know what to think. But I will know as soon as Fitzgerald comes too.
I'm inclined to agree with Dad about your
As
imagination.
soon as Ella
It's
Fitzgerald
fantastic.
comes too.
Maybe so, but
Wake
it
up.
Like funny that we didn't find Pedro around when we found Fitzgerald. Look, darling, please don't snap at me just for trying to add things up.
Come on, darling.
Why, you've come down with a case of Salmonella Fitzgerald.
Oh, that's, yeah. It sounds a little more fun that way.
Oh, he must be getting consciousness.
Can't be as bad as regular salmonella.
That must be the doctor.
Oh, I'll go down with you.
Which, did y'all hear about that Jif peanut butter recall?
Yeah, everybody check your peanut butter.
We had to.
Really, you did?
Yeah, Costco sent us a letter saying our records indicate that you may have bought and we checked our cabinet and they had the same product numbers on it.
Yeah, I lucked out. Mine was good, which
But I'm pretty sure I've eaten
also
that
good because I had been eating out of it.
I'm pretty sure I've been eating that peanut butter. Not recently, but like.
I hate to leave you, but I must question Fitzgerald as soon as he's able to talk.
As far as I know, but not recently. So.
I'm salmonella free.
Salmonella free.
I'm
as far as I
completely
know.
germ free.
No, that
is a lie. That's
Yes.
false.
Yes, that's too bad. We were hoping you'd throw some light on a matter of great importance.
Well, I'll be getting back to town before this storm gets worse. I'll send the coroner out.
I'll send the coroner. Charlie, what are you doing?
It's a corner. Why is sending a corner out?
Well, you know, you gotta have the corner come out so you can define the edges.
So you can square things away.
Get the square.
We're cutting corners.
Right. Square it away and cut the corners and...
Oh, if you cut the corner, who decides the cause of death?
Who watches the Watchmen?
Good point.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta have an endless string of corners.
Who delivers the mailman's mail?
Whoa! Look, Kramer over here.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa. He hasn't moved that fast the whole time. This lightning is...
Like...
Jerry, the lights are too bright.
Good night, Doctor. There's no necessity for you to stay any longer.
Oh, yes, there is. I want to ask you a lot of questions, mainly about Pedro. That
A lot of questions.
I can't be bothered anymore.
I've got 20 questions for you. Who, when, what, why, how?
Ask you a lot of questions.
But wouldn't you like to ask me where?
If my hunch is correct, I'll prove you guilty of murder. And in the meantime, I'll get Lenore out of this madhouse.
You will prove nothing. My daughter stays here with me.
Getting tense.
Just a minute, I want to ask you a bunch of questions.
You got some splaining to do. Wow! Nice, nice. Ah! Yeah, I like that. Any kind of straight on. It's great. Love it.
This set, all these sets are really
Pretty good, really.
Oh! Holy shit.
Oh, dude, if that was the end of him, I would have laughed so hard.
He got killed by a train. Classic.
He's bulletproof, but he's not chair-proof.
Nope.
He's afraid of lightning? This seems like a weird thing to introduce, like, right at the end
Yeah,
of the movie.
pretty much. Terrified of lightning, so break the whole house. What?
What?
Okay, so what is
All the
this?
time.
Yeah, doesn't
Lightning
it?
comes in through the window and lights the desk on fire.
It lights all your, like, flasks of
So, we gotta. Okay, hell yeah, I like this. Anytime we get into the fire, I love it.
Oh god.
I'm just gonna break the set down.
Yep, there you go. Look. House is on fire, everybody needs to get out.
House is on fire. He goes upstairs.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's how you get out of the house. You go upstairs.
Pump in more smoke back there, more smoke. We need more.
Still going for the strangle, though.
Yeah, looks like it. You might as well go for, in the silhouette, you get away with it. I bet maybe they shot it. It would be cool if they shot it that way and then they had to cut it. I'd like to think that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you never know. You don't think of that stuff, really. Sometimes you get into the editing process and realize, well, this cut is going on for too long. I gotta trim it out.
Got it. Yeah.
Perfect. He's dead now.
I mean, but again, in that day you had the code as well, so that could have been a thing too. That's a problem. Hey, look, there's that bush.
Hey, there's the cameo.
Wow. Okay.
The end.
Okay. That was not bad, I thought.
Bad?
I mean, it wasn't like a quickly wrapped up, like, now everything's fine. Like, big fire, and then, the couple is embracing at the end.
Didn't we watch another one of these
credit scene?
Poverty movies
Yeah.
where it just ends on fire?
Yeah, there was like
That was Dead in the Walk. That was the same studio. The same director, the same producer, the same lead
They
actor.
only have one way to end their movies. They haven't thought about anything else.
But honestly, though, I mean, what have we gotten with the Bela Lugosi monogram movies? We got with
Usually he
Ape
just gets
Man,
shot.
he got shot. Yeah, with Voodoo Man, he got shot. Like, it's not like
That's
like,
even more
that's the annoying endings of those
anticlimactic.
movies is that the fuzz comes in and then like it's over and everybody's like that's still alive. It's like ha ha ha, and it's like fucking annoying. So
Yeah, I remember when they all went,
they do. There's some corny joke, but that is one of the few endings that to me kind of evokes. That's how a Universal movie would end. Raging fire, some kind of cataclysmic event. The young couple gets out just in time. They're embracing, hugging, kissing, and then it's the end. There's no cheesy jokes. There's no, not really. I mean, so I liked that. I enjoyed it. Some good imagery there at the end.
Yeah.
Pretty spooky.
I mean,
pretty
great sets on this one.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say. Yeah, it's safe to say that was
the house, the swamp, the lab. I mean, they're dressed very well.
Right.
We had some decent lighting.
Yeah,
in a lot of these shots.
Using shadow really well. Playing with composition in unexpected ways. I mean, there was a lot. And again, it's the same director as Dead Men Walk and the same producer, but there's some more artful touches here, it seems like, than there were in Dead Men Walk. So,
Monster maybe left a little bit to be desired.
Yeah, I mean, when
you use what you can, use what you got.
Yeah, I mean, a Wolfman that is, not all of his face is hairy, and you couldn't. It's not like Universal where you have a makeup man who's like, okay, we got to put a snout on him, and we got to literally build an entire thing on this dude's face. With here, it's okay. Let's put a big wig on him. Let's put stuff around his face. Again, like what it was with Bela Lugosi and the Ape Man. Right? Like, let's put a bunch of hair around his face.
Yeah, it looked very similar to.
Like, we're not gonna do any prosthetics to like play with the look in any other way.
Yeah.
No, just hair.
It's just hair. It's just stage hair. Like, that was just pretty easy to get.
Acted. I mean, you could say he acted kind of bestial, but
yeah.
Whenever he went in for the kill.
I think we could maybe say that Glenn Strange's performance here is not consistent, and I don't know if that's a problem with the direction or a problem with. I mean, I'm not gonna.
He doesn't choose how he's killing people, right? Like.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, the director probably says, "Okay, you got to do it like this," and so I doubt the director is doing too many takes, and is also really. I don't know how good their script continuity. I don't really know if they had script supervisors in the level that they serve now, and so it's just kind of. I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's Glenn Strange's fault necessarily. I mean, I would say that his performance as Frankenstein monster in the Universal movies he was in is consistent, but he just does a lot of laying around, which is why those movies aren't really good. Because his monster is usually being unfrozen or something, and he's like in a coma for most of the movie, and wakes up for the last 5 minutes, and it's so annoying. Because like a movie called House of Frankenstein, what do you think? What do you expect? You a lot of the monster, right?
Right.
Literally, he is in a coma until the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Speaking of things in the last 5 minutes, the lightning thing was a little weird.
It was weird. Yeah, it came out of nowhere. It was.
An
act of God.
I guess you could say.
I get it, because he's like a dog, right? He's afraid of thunderstorms.
I mean,
sure.
I guess.
I mean, yeah,
it does kind of.
Tracks.
It goes into the lightning bolt setting off the fire
inside the house.
Inside the house, but
that's random.
It just felt a little random, and you would think that like a detail like that would mean a little bit more.
Right. Not really. It's like, okay, we need something in the third act to really get things
randomly
going. A thunderstorm. Okay. What's no, just a thunderstorm.
Yeah,
I don't know. Make it work.
I mean, not to like script doctor here, but I feel like you could maybe set something like that up in the first act and then have it pay off in the third act.
Exactly.
Like, then there's.
Yes.
They never foreshadowed any of that. It's just like, yep, thunderstorm, he's dead. Bye. Credits.
So annoying. But again, I think still. They're trying to inject a little more in it, which it's better than just the standard, okay, the cops come and the bad guy
It was better than that.
So it's better than that, I think I can safely say.
Those are, it's almost jarring when something like that happens.
Right.
Because it's so abrupt.
Yeah.
Trying to imagine like a modern thing doing that is
like a Marvel movie ending like that.
Right, yeah. Someone just walks in.
Nothing
and
was
goes,
explained,
bang!
and then like everybody's laughing and hugging, and that's the end. Like
the bad guy's just dead.
Yeah. Yeah. All it takes
we did it.
one shot, and that's it. So that was the Mad Monster. Again, our werewolf movie for season 2. It was a lot of fun.
Is that our only werewolf movie?
Yeah, for season 2,
okay.
it is going to be our only werewolf movie.
Wow.
Again, we got a lot of genres to cover.
Yeah,
Again,
that box is checked. Gotta wait until next season.
Right, and we came up with, last week we introduced this whole idea of apecore. Now there's different subgenres of monster movie. The monster movie has gone through stages of evolution. In the 30s, you have the gothic monster. In the 40s, you get more. It's gothic monster combined. Like again, what we have here, werewolf.
It's like the monster shows up and he has like a lot of like facial piercings and he's wearing like a lot of black
trench coat,
eyeshadow.
Yeah, like leather boots, and
he's got like a flying buttress.
Right, exactly. And
that's my favorite subgenre.
And we don't judge. And
he keeps talking about making the popular kids pay for some reason. I don't know.
Right. But and then by the 50s, in the 40s and the 50s, especially after World War II and the atomic bomb, that's when you start getting atomic radiation and science. It's always kind of science gone wrong, but you're getting monsters mutated from radioactive whatever, and then...
When is the Phantom Creeps? Was it 59?
39.
39, okay.
39, so
okay,
that was
wow.
before tonight's film. So that's a little ahead.
The dirty 30s, we called them back then.
Wait, it might be 40. It might be 1940. Maybe. It's either 39 or 40. But, yeah, and so, there's been all these different, like, transitional periods, and... We got a traditional monster tonight. 50s, you start getting very untraditional monsters where people are like, okay, what if this innocuous thing became super scary? So you have a movie like Them, where you get giant ants, right?
Yeah, the bugs.
You get giant bugs, giant, And then you start
giant uncles.
Then you start getting into the more schlocky movies. Those really... Like, they're really reaching for ideas here. And so, next week's film is from 1959.
Segue.
It is called The Killer Shrews. So...
It's gonna be a good one, dude.
Giant monster movie.
This is a Shakespeare, isn't it?
Right. The Killer Shrews by William Shakespeare. classic Shakespearean work. Really happy to be bringing this adaptation to you. So The Killer Shrews. I guess it's a giant monster movie. But if a shrew is giant, then you'll see the results.
Oh boy, I cannot wait.
Prepare to be both underwhelmed and overwhelmed all at the same time. It is a fun movie. It's so cheesy. That's the thing. With some of these 40 movies, it lulls. It's kind of still boring, or it's still good in some respects. These 50 movies, once you start getting to the mid 50s. Late 50s, we're getting drive-in movies. You're making it for the young audience, and there's a formula, and it's cheesy good fun. So we're in store for some cheesy good fun next Friday with The Killer Shrews. So I'm very excited for that. Join us on Wednesdays for the Scream Stream minisodes. We've been watching The Phantom Creeps with Bela Lugosi. We're going to be on to chapter 6.
Yeah,
I believe
we're halfway there.
We are halfway. It's a 12-chapter movie serial from 1940.
Almost halfway there.
Almost halfway. and it has been a lot of fun again. Every episode ends with a cliffhanger, so we're always getting some explosions or some.
There's a lot of fun model work in that one.
A lot of fun model work. Again, it's from Universal, so it's one of the few Universal pieces of content we'll be getting on this public domain show. So join us on Wednesday at 9 p.m. for that. Next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern for the mainstream. You can catch all of our past episodes on our YouTube page. We don't have like a URL for YouTube yet. It's some weird thing. So you can catch it. You can look at it on our Twitch page. You can go look it up on YouTube. We've got an Instagram where we put out a recipe for the drinks each week, so you can go get the ingredients and make the drinks with us, drink them at home. We've got our Twitter. Those are both Scream Stream Show. Look them up. Follow us. All the supplemental content to enhance your viewing experience of the stream. So, anything before we sign off tonight, boys? Anything in closing? Anything about tonight's episode, next week's episode, just life in general?
Just remember to get lightning-proof windows. I feel like is the main takeaway from
That's what we learned
tonight's
tonight.
show.
That's a good point. If you got a whole bunch of science equipment, scientific experimental equipment, just sitting by a giant window, maybe move it back against the wall a little bit, away from the window. Might be a good idea.
Keep your flammables away from the window.
Please keep your flammables away from the window, because as you saw tonight, it spells disaster. So, yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you, chat, as always. You guys make it so much fun. Until next week, sweet screams, everybody.
Which, please?
If you hear me before you see me, I got King Kong in the trunk.
Heyo.